Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope that you guys are doing okay. I see Miss Jacqueline Williams is in here. Who else is in here? How's everybody doing tonight? I know I'm getting on late. It's like I'm burning the midnight oil like I did last night. But hit the like button as you come into the room. I never get on this late. How is everybody doing? Who is in here? I see Miss Shirley is in here. I see Miss Yolanda, Boss Lady. Miss Jacqueline was the first person I saw. I see Letitia's in here. Miss Diane Shan is in here. Who else is in here? Miss Deborah. How is everybody doing tonight? Who else? Did I miss anybody? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in here. I see Hakia is in here. That's one of my moderators. That is in here. I see Hakia is in here. That's one of my moderators. Who else is in here? I see John Anderson. John, that's my first time seeing you in here. Mr. John Anderson, welcome. I don't know if you've been in here before, but it's my first time seeing you in here. How is everybody doing? I hope that y'all doing okay tonight. Hold on one second. We got like quite a few things, to talk about tonight. I know y'all got to go to work, so we're not going to be on here all night, right? But before we get started, because I know like late nights, we have all types of people that's up. And I kind of want to pray over my life because I know evil lurks all the time. But it's like the spirit is even more so. Nah, I've been in here, just haven't been able to catch it. Okay. Even more so. So I prayed before I got on, but I just want to pray over the live and over, all of you all too, because I know evil lurks, and you have people that consult with the dead and actually try and summons dead demonic spirits to come and try and attack. So we just ask God to protect this live and everybody on it, and every demonic spirit that has been summoned by evil people, we send it back to the sender, because see, they summons them. So we send it back to them, and whatever their prayer is, it is back up on them, and they'll see it before this year is out. Okay. So we just send that back, and we seal that with yes and amen. We all come into agreement with that. Keep all evil eyes away in Jesus' name. And we're able to have a really good live and commentate and respect each other. Because even if we don't agree, we have to, respect each other. And that's the only thing that I've ever really asked on my lives. Just don't come in here trolling. And even if you come in here trolling, we ask God to handle them. That karma that's gonna hit them, it ain't even worth that 10 cents that they've been paid to troll, because there's a price to pay to come on a live that has been prayed up. Because God says, vengeance is mine. There's a price to pay for coming into this room trolling. There's a price to pay to summons the dead to try to attack people because of your jealousy, because those curses have been sent back to you. We're protected by the blood of Jesus. So, you just really seal your own fate. Okay. But anyways, y'all, I actually have like 3 topics tonight. Y'all know we start getting into topics, and as always, it just kind of take on a life of its own once we start talking, because y'all know we just start talking about everything, right? And I am going to drop the link tonight to give you all the opportunity to come up. And hey, Leo Thompson, to give you all, hey, Antonio, the opportunity to try, to commentate and join in on the subject, right? I absolutely love your shoes and the recent pick. Thank you, boss lady, and thank you for the $4.99. I boss lady, I am a shoe fanatic. That's like my stress release stiletto heels. I have so many heels. Um, I got so many heels. I got my closets are filled up in my house, and it's filled up in my studio. Hey, Demon, with nothing but heels. Sometimes I be wanting to have a heel sale, and I go, but I just need to wear them like 2 more times. Hey, rest in peace, young Dolph is in here. But thank you for the $4.99, and thank you for the compliment. I am a stiletto girl, for real, for real. Stilettos, lip glosses, and perfumes and purses. I'm a girly girl. Um, who else is Alvarez is in here? Miss Hakia. Demon is in here. That's one of my moderators. Who else? I see Miss Jean is in here. Y'all know I have to start it off by talking about Soulja Boy. Okay. I had to start it off by talking about Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy went in on Vlad. I would not have believed it because he's he's known for going in on like other rappers that look like him. And when he gets mad and full of that lean and whatever else he be on, he pulls his money out. He gonna either put that money on top of his head or he gonna pull it out and put it on the table and ask if somebody want a deal. But you got to put in the work. I mean, those are subliminals to me. You got to put in the work, but his eyes be zombified. He gives away what goes on in the industry when he's full of that lean and stuff. But hey, this time he went in on Vlad. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna show it to y'all first, and then I'm gonna get into because the Soulja Boy is really kind of hilarious sometimes, except for when he did that to Dolph. I can't get past that. Let's see.
AR when they did an interview with you. Why he in jail now? Why every time Boosie doing an interview with you, he getting pulled over by the police? Because you the police.
Hold on, yeah.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. You talking about you can drop all the Teddy Riley interviews you want. You still a bitch. You still the police. Stop bringing Teddy Riley into this. He got with this DJ Vlad. Use a you can drop all the interviews you want, speaking on my name. I'm still a gangster, still viral, I'm still #1. Y'all still. Stop bringing Teddy Riley into this DJ Vlad. You ain't got with this nigga. Bring it up 5-6 years ago. Let's talk about right now. Let's talk about how you getting rappers locked up, bitch. You's a distraction. You a distraction. You gonna post that Teddy Riley interview? That interview when he talking about what the Teddy Riley got to do with this smoke that I'm bringing to your.
Sir, I'm asking you to move your foot out of my door until the warrant arrives, and then I will open this door.
Hold on, y'all.
Get your foot out of my.
Okay. Now y'all heard that he was going in on Vlad, but I'm gonna tell y'all. What did y'all notice what did y'all notice? What was kind of odd about him going in on Vlad? I want to know if y'all missed something. Because when he go in on people, he kind of go on rants. But this one was a little different. Did y'all notice anything different about his rant? Absolutely, Miss Deborah. He ain't pulling no money out, putting no money on his head. He didn't take no money out, asking somebody want a deal, but they got to put some work in. So that means he ain't on that lean like we think he is, okay? He know what to do and what not to do because, see, folks don't pay no attention to his rent. No bag on his head with Vlad, Okay, he ain't pulling no money out with Vlad. If it had been Key Glock or any other rapper that was black, he'd have had that money on top of his head. He'd have been soliciting something. Okay. But he didn't do that with Vlad. What he did was he just kind of put in, he's sober, no money. He, I think, even if he had been high, and I believe he stay high, we just didn't see the cup. Okay. He wouldn't have done, he didn't do that with Vlad. He was going in, but he know what not to do. But if it had been somebody that looked like him, he would have been quick to try to line them up. He'd have been pulling that money out, asking who want a record deal. You want a record deal? You got to put in that work though. Okay. He'd have been hollering about he trying to get a nigga gone if it had been, anybody else, like he did with Key Glock. I'm trying to get a nigga gone. Then y'all learned the first time. Instead, he's going at Vlad, but it's in a almost like in a different way. Whereas even though he's going in on him, it's like in some, I don't know, he sounds a little disappointed. It's like he's hurt or something. It's a little bit different than what he does, because he be trying to make all these other rappers that look like him, that came up in the struggle like him. He tried to make them victims. He threatens to take them away from their families. He threatens to destroy his community furthermore. But with Vlad, he ain't pulling no money out. Why y'all think he didn't pull no money out with Vlad? Why he ain't say he trying to get somebody gone with Vlad? How come he didn't do that? Why y'all think he didn't do that? D-Mon said he woofing. I wonder why he didn't do that with Vlad. Okay. Has Soulja Boy ever been on Vlad's show? And Vlad isn't black. Let that has been. Vlad isn't black. Let that has been a black man. Let that have been a black man. Okay. Yes. Rest in peace to Coolio. Letitia says talking for nothing at this point. You're right, Miss Deborah. Let that have been a black man. He would have been lining them up. Because Vlad would have him blackballed and locked up and taken out. Okay, because he know Vlad they'll have him taken out, and then they're not gonna do a day in jail. Where did they say Vlad was from? Russia or somewhere? Okay. I wonder why he going in now. They been knowing what Vlad was doing to them, but they can't get enough of him. They said Vlad, he been lining them up. But they would have, if a black guy was interviewing like Vlad, okay, off of YouTube and making as much money as he's Iranian, oh God, as Vlad is, okay, if he Iranian, he already know he wouldn't give a damn. He'll take him out of here, and because it's an honor to them. Death is the greatest honor to them. Okay. So he don't give a damn. He's not crazy. He knows if something goes down, he wants no involvement with this one. Colors make a difference. Absolutely. Jacqueline says, I wouldn't be surprised that the whole thing was capped. Vlad is Ukrainian. Okay, he's from Ukraine. Oh, I see. But anyways, Vlad been lining them up. But what I was going to say is Vlad, there's no way in the world, and it's sad to say in our community, that a black man could have ever gotten as big as Vlad. And without the black people, I bet you they don't make Vlad check in. They know better than to try to blackmail or Vlad. They know better. Okay. They never would have allowed a black man to be in the black community Anytime Black people start trying to come up in our community and networking with Black people and build platforms, they end up dead by it because the Black people gonna kill him. Oh, he think he is. He trying to get rich, but they let Vlad do it, and Vlad been lining they Black asses up from day one. That's a culture vulture for real. But as long as he ain't Black, it's okay. Okay? As long as he ain't black. But I noticed the tone was a little different. Now, what he's saying is the truth. But the tone is different. And I can't get past that. I can't get past how we are as Black people to each other. Vlad is the book that's being read. Vladimir Putin is going down for what he's doing in Ukraine. He's not any better than the assassins. Tam talks about it. Okay? Vlad been doing this. I always said, I said Boosie lives on Vlad. He's on there at least once a week. I was looking at Vlad talk about how he wanted to get somebody on his show to interview. And he said the person said that they would do the interview for 250 grand or 500 grand or something. It was upward close to $1 million. And somebody said, you didn't want to do that. He said, no, I didn't say I wouldn't do it. He said, I told them we need to talk about it. He said, I never told him I wouldn't do it. He said, I told him we just need to sit down and talk about it. So I knew then that Vlad was being backed by somebody. He's got a funder. Okay. He's being backed by somebody because how you gonna evidently you can do it instead of, because when you ain't got it, you say, hell no, I can't give you no $250,000 for no damn interviews. You crazy? And I think it was more than 250. I forgot who it was. I really did. I don't know if it was Jay. I don't really know who. I forget who it was, what celebrity it was, but the idea that he could sit down and talk to them about it. Okay. So evidently he wanted to negotiate what could be talked about, what couldn't. He got it. So, I think Boosie, every time Boosie there, I think Vlad starts at upwards, depending on the celebrities, upward of 25 grand. So Boosie might be getting like $20,000 every time he go and be on Vlad's show. I knew at that point, in Boosie in the world, $20,000 is really nothing. Boosie might be getting paid a little more because Boosie is on there once a week. And Vlad asks him questions. The types of questions that Vlad asks Boosie are questions that keep him into it with other artists. Okay, Vlad started that shit between Boosie and Birdman's brother. Okay, that's what he does, and he does it in such a, oh man, I'm sorry about that, man. You had to go through that. See, Black people like being finessed. They don't like nobody that's gonna tell them, look here, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. But they saying it with a good heart. Hell, I'm trying to figure out, when did we become so sensitive when we had grandmamas and stuff that told us that all the time? We grew up in damn Black families where the women didn't spare nothing. Okay, our feelings ain't that easy, to hurt. But instead, you can't stand somebody that's going to tell you the truth, but they saying it to help you. They ain't saying it to down you. Somebody like Vlad that's lining you up, but he putting sugar on top of shit. That's what he do. Vlad put sugar on top of shit. That's what he do. Okay? And for some reason in our community, we like that. Okay, we like that. All you got to do is sprinkle sugar on top of it and finesse you and caress your ego a little bit. Everybody want their ego finessed. Okay? Just about it. And Vlad is able to line them up. Oh man, I'm sorry about that nigga. He just got you into it with the type of audience he got. He done asked you these questions, got you in your feelings, and got you into it with I don't know how many other artists. And then he go, oh man, I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. That was just a bad thing, man. and you thinking that that's your damn friend. But if I tell you sit your ass down somewhere with your old ass, you is wrong. You're gonna end up in jail. I hate her, and I'm trying to keep you out of jail. Okay. I mean, but Soulja Boy, he was telling the truth. But it just kind of let me know that Soulja Boy ain't as cracked out as we think he is. He ain't pulling no money out. You couldn't have paid him to do it. I'm gonna go as far as saying that you couldn't have paid him to pull no money out. Talking about he gonna put a bag on top of his head. He'd have rather had went and jumped off of a damn cliff. You out your mind? That's a white man's. He from Ukraine, but he's a white man's. That nigga ain't on crack like we think he is. That cocaine ain't got him messed up like that. And we see that now because the energy was different. Even with all that ran, even his ran was different. He ain't said nothing about he trying to get Vlad gone. Rest in peace, Young Dog says, T Vlad been finessing them since 2007. Okay, I'm telling you. He been finessing them and lining them up. Anytime somebody got a budget like Vlad, it ain't no telling who funding Vlad. And it could be the FBI. Shit. Vlad, a big budget like that. Okay. Even with all that rant that Soulja Boy doing, he chose his words wisely. Okay. So that ought to be thrown up in his face every time he do that. Nigga, you sitting up always talking about when you get mad, I'm trying to get a nigga gone. Why you always, when you get mad at the black rappers, you trying to get them gone? You trying to consistently destroy your community. But you just said Vlad lining your asses up. You ain't said nothing about getting him gone. Okay? He just started throwing them. How come this happened every time they interview you? How come that happened every time somebody deal with you? How come this? That's all he said. He really ain't said shit. Okay. Pam said that's how he's getting his honey. I'm straight blunt. I don't sugarcoat nothing. You right. Our upbringing, my parents didn't play. I'm telling you. Okay, my grandmother cussed like a sailor. And then she turned around and cry. Okay. And then after she dry tears and cuss again. And she shoot at you if you crossed her. Okay. Letitia said exactly. He wanted NBA young boy to come talk. See, that's what I'm talking about. But see, somebody got on his live and just brought up Key Glock. Key Glock wasn't even on his live. And it was some troll on his live, and he went crazy talking about, I don't want to do no talking. I just want to get a nigga gone. Okay. He said he just want to get him gone. But with Vlad, the energy was absolutely different. I want to play it again. I want to show that again, y'all. I just do. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that again. Because I think I X'd out of it. He didn't even turn into Chucky. You know, normally he turns into Chucky. That demonic force come over here. Him. He didn't turn into Chucky on this one. It was different. I'm telling you, the energy was different. Okay. Let me see.
ARL when they did an interview with you, why he in jail now? Why every time Boosie's doing an interview with you, he getting pulled over by the police? Because you the police, fuck. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You talking about you can drop all the Teddy Riley interviews you want. You still a bitch. You still the police. Stop bringing Teddy Riley into this. He got with this DJ Vlad. Use a Fuck too. You can drop all the interviews you want, speaking on my name. I'm still a gangster, still viral, still number one. Y'all still. Stop bringing Teddy Riley into this DJ Vlad. You ain't got to put this nigga bringing up 5-6 years ago. Let's talk about right now. Let's talk about how you getting rappers locked up, bitch. You's a distraction. You a distraction. You gonna post that Teddy Riley interview? That interview? What you talking about? What the Teddy Riley got to do with this smoke that I'm bringing to your?
You know what's so funny? Now he's sitting up talking about, like I said, how Vlad lining them up. He a distraction, all of that. But his energy was still real different. Anybody that get into it with him, he want to shoot him, and he trying to get a nigga gone. That's what he say. But his energy was very different with him. His energy was just very different. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop the link. Okay. Now he mad about Teddy Riley for some reason. I don't know what went on with that. I guess his name was brought up. I don't know. I guess his name was brought up. Okay. He wants an interview with Vlad. That's probably what it is. I've never known that. Has Soulja Boy ever had an interview with Vlad? Oh my God, I wish somebody would acknowledge him for being first in something. Because if not, he gonna put a bag on every black person head. Now we see what I see. Now I know what we got to do. What these rappers need to do. If they want to, if I'm talking about these up and coming rappers that cannot hire security or something like that, they're gonna have to get somebody like Vlad or somebody to say it. Because if they say it, he gonna send somebody to take them out. He gonna be putting hits out. Like he told Dolph he was gonna put a hit out, and then a week later somebody took him out. I'm not saying he did that, but I'm just saying what happened. Okay. So I guess somebody that looks like Vlad would have to insult him to keep the hits down, because we know he wouldn't dare try to put no money on their head. If he do, he ain't gonna get on there and say it. Okay. That he was supposed to moving in with his daughter. Oh, so Soulja Boy goes with Teddy Riley's daughter. Soulja Boy used to mess with Teddy. Wow. Yes, when Soulja Boy lied about his house being broken into. So y'all think that he was lying? Teddy Riley is Soulja Boy's longtime ex-girlfriend's dad or stepdad. Wow. Y'all, didn't Soulja Boy just have a you don't never hear him say, because I thought he had a baby coming. Because they had a gender reveal and there was a boy, and you ain't heard nothing else about it. Did the girl ever have a baby? Rest in peace, young Dolph said read his comment. Let me go back up, because I didn't see it. I still don't see it. He said Soulja Boy was just that Rolling Loud made them change his date. Said Key Glock was trying Key Glock was trying to kill him. That man be putting on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Now all that talk he did talking about. So basically what he was trying to do was trying to get Key Glock kicked off or something. Was he trying to get Key Glock kicked, stop them from allowing Key Glock to perform? The reason he said that. Yeah, where's the baby at? Whatever happened to the baby? They had a gender reveal. It was a boy. And that was in the summertime. The girl was about to have the baby. You ain't heard nothing else about it. No, he got a boyfriend now. Who's giving birth to the baby? Soulja Boy or the lady? Let's see. That's why he ain't perform on the day Key Glock performed on. He performed on Sunday. Lord have mercy. Yep, he got mad at Vlad because he had the guy on his panel and told what happened. Capalot in Bear Mace. We never heard anything else about the baby. It probably wasn't his baby. He's supposed to have that pet. I never heard that, Miss Jacqueline. I've never heard that, I promise you. But I just remember on his Instagram, they had a gender reveal out in his yard, and it was a boy. So I just remember that probably like back in June, and the baby was almost here. You know, maybe she about to have the baby or something. I don't know. Key Glock way bigger than Soulja, so he was better off staying home. It's most likely wasn't his baby because we haven't heard anything else about the baby. Wow, Lord have mercy. Now I wonder why Soulja Boy say Key Glock trying to kill him, when Soulja Boy has been the one to talk about bags the whole time. But like I said, we see how different his energy is with Vlad. Okay, his energy was different than with Vlad. So we would expect for Soulja Boy to, from now on, not to talk about, you know, putting no bags on nobody's head. But Soulja Boy, I sure hope Soulja Boy wasn't involved in this with Dolph. Okay, because if he was, he, you know, the rest ain't gonna even matter anyways. He is a clown for sure. It's ridiculous. I'm saying, yes, he is a clown. He is a clown. And I'm gonna say, I had liked Soulja Boy's music before all this stuff. Before I started seeing, because see, he was not like that. I don't know if the lean has done it. My kids grew up on Soulja Boy. What was Crank That Soulja Boy? You know, when he was doing all those dances and stuff. My kids was, you know, they used to love doing those Soulja Boy dances and listening to his songs or whatever. He should have, you know, I don't know. He's really, I guess he's trying to be a drill rapper now. I don't know. What is he trying to be? What kind of music does he do now? Is it drill music? Because for some reason, you know, Democrats said the stanky leg. I ain't know Soulja Boy started the stanky leg. But I'm gonna tell you something. I think Soulja Boy further hurt his career when he got into this stuff with Dolph. If that hurt him worse than anything, you know, a lot of people say that they don't think Soulja Boy was involved. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I can't. I could never say that he wasn't. It's that it was just too coincidental for him to say that, and the boy ended up dead. You know, I can't say that. But I think that further, you know, hurt his career, and then he got angry and let it slip out. You know, when he got mad about somebody talking about Key Glock in his live. You know, I listen to what people say, especially when they angry. You have to watch them when they angry. Okay, you watch them when they're angry, and he got really angry and couldn't contain himself, and said, "Then y'all learned the first time." I listened to what people say, you know, and I don't even think that was Key Glock on his live. That was a bunch of trolls. So for him to revert back to that, it just goes to show that if he was involved, he's not remorseful. But his energy was definitely different with the man of a different culture and race. Okay. I can't understand for the like of me why we're so hard on each other, you know, but we allow people of other races to finesse us, and they don't have any, you know, loyalty. Okay. Because what they do is they come into the Black community to hijack the Black community, and because they know how to stroke your ego, we give them everything we got. Okay. Miss Jacqueline says, yeah, Pamela says anger brings out truth. Jacqueline says, crank that, catch me a body, and walk them down. Oh wow. Ain't that walk them down? That sounds familiar. Rest in peace, Young Dolph says he hated Dolph because Dolph ain't out him on a remix and started messing with Gotti. Soulja Boy been envy Dolph. I could tell it was something because Soulja Boy was into it with Key Glock, and there was no reason for him to be into it with Key Glock. All Key Glock did was just tag him into a post saying that he got a billboard with yellow cars. Okay, and he went to he made an A-line for Young Dolph, which was kind of messed up, which means that Soulja Boy might have already knew something was getting ready to happen. Okay. Anyways. Lynn says a drunken, angry person speak their sober thoughts. I'm telling you, and he keep a cup in his hand, so I don't really know when he's ever sober. Okay. And because he wasn't looking into the camera when he was going off on Vlad. I noticed that, like when he's going off on Keek like them, he's staring straight into the camera with his money, talking about what he'll do and how he want to get a nigga gone and all that. With Vlad, he was nervous. He was up and moving around, couldn't really stare into the camera too much. His demeanor was different. Okay. His demeanor was different. So, I agree, Miss Letitia. I agree. I feel like a lot of them envies Dolph and Key Glock. They envy Dolph right now in death. Y'all, please hit the like button. Even in death, they are still envying Dolph. Okay. The man ain't even. I was getting ready to say Dolph is not resting in peace, but Dolph is not going to Dolph is not going to rest. Hold on, I'm trying to find that video until all of this is over. Okay. He's not going to rest until all of this is over. Until it's justice in totality. Okay. And because God is a just God, that's exactly what it's going to be. Yeah, I'm looking for that video, and I had it up of Gunna. Hold on. Of Gunna is asking for bond again. And for some reason, I cannot find it. I guess because I'm looking for it. He has some charges dropped. And let me see if I got it up here. And he's asking for bond again. So I guess what I'll do is I'll go on and talk about Pnb Rock. I'll find that on Gunna in just a few minutes. Okay, the 3 suspects have been arrested in Pnb Rock's case. Now, y'all talking about sad. This right here is sad, and it kind of goes back to what I be talking about when I say a lot of these children don't have anybody, they don't have any guidance because the parents are just as crazy as the parents are just as crazy. Tomorrow watch the slick disc watch he slick disc Glock. Is Glock album dropping tomorrow? Because Glock turned it out, Glock could have just stepped on stage and not say nothing. That green was speaking. That green was screaming. I'm telling you. He turned it out just walking up there with that green on. Okay. Miss T Vlad ain't no nigga. Soulja Boy no better. You got that right. I'm telling you, so that lets you know right there that Soulja Boy, he knows better. He knows who to try and line up. Okay. So Glocktober drops tomorrow. When does Snoop Band's and Paper Rock Wu album drop? His violent crime was dropped. Okay, I was looking for the news clipping that I was looking at a little earlier about his violent crime. Let's see if I can find it because I was looking at it. For some reason, I cannot find it. Okay. I wonder what they're saying. Hold on one second. Okay, I think I found it. Hold on. I think I found it. I don't know if it's a video or not, though. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up. It says Gunna's lawyers claim new indictment dismisses involvement in any violent crime. It says rapper Gunna lawyers have filed their third motion for bond hearing, this time claiming the new indictment from prosecutors presented no evidence to support its claims of dangerousness and has dismissed the only serious overt act that was initially presented during his first bond hearing. It goes into his first name and all of that. The motion reads with the court's order requiring the prosecution to reveal to the defense by September 23rd any and all pro offers or witness statements from gang members implicating Kitchens in any gang related criminal conduct or threats to witnesses. The prosecution has now acknowledged that no actual information or documentation exists. It also mentions that a new indictment filed by prosecutors removes Kitchens' name from the May 18 allegations that originally claimed that Kitchens and Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, were arrested during a traffic stop after 4 people in the car with officers were armed with weapons, which included high-capacity magazines, etc., etc. I don't want to read all that. According to the motions and 5 other acts listed by prosecutors that date back to September 2017, traffic stop Kitchens was only charged with violating the Georgia window tint statute. They say all other charges against Kitchens in the case were dismissed. Okay. So, what y'all think about that? He's asking for another bond hearing. I don't know what to think about that one. Because Fonny was very confident as it relates to that. Do y'all think that witnesses have been scared off? posted posted to drop tonight. I ain't went and check yet. Okay, Key Glock's album. It was supposed to drop tonight. If it dropped, we're gonna play a song. Letitia Wing says that's what I be saying. Some of these parents put their kids up to do stuff. So why do y'all think that Gunna's charges were dropped? We fear each other because we don't someone else in our culture to succeed. Subconsciously during slavery, we were conditioned and brainwashed to hold each other down without us even being aware. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The Africans that come over here from Africa, they are very different. They don't want to align with us in America. They don't. Okay? They are very different. They go and open African stores. All you see is them wearing African attire. They get everything that they need out of the African stores. Everybody can braid hair. They open up braiding shops, so they braid from home. You don't see them really going and working nobody's job. And if you see an African working a job, they outwork everybody, and they be in school, okay, because they make enough money, as much as they can until they go back home. You're right. Our people are out. That's why I keep saying our people need some repair. And then they'll say, well, the Africans don't, they act like they better than us. Hell, look at what happens. Okay. Shoot, the Africans, when what they do is they call the other women. If they got in braid shop, all of them know how to braid. They call them and ask them, you want to make some money? They come up to the braid shop, braid, they get their cut, and they go home. But we can't do it like that. It's you're right. Our people are definitely messed up. Okay. If a rapper said they the first rapper to take D up the butt, he'll come right on social media and shit, I was the first. What up, Sam? Hey, Nakia. I'm definitely praying for Augusta, Georgia. Okay, and I hope that that there's a speedy recovery for everything. I do. Y'all, we sending out prayers to everybody that is affected by hurricane. Is it Hurricane Ian? Dima says, and Nakia, are you still in Savannah? Did y'all have to evacuate? Because I was seeing some of the Floridians, and they were saying that they was marked safe. That I think they were saying that the hurricane has passed over or something. Y'all, please hit the like button. They're not trying to let none of them out. Yes, because witnesses know YSL known for sending hits. They ring bells in ATL, and they had cases like this before where witnesses got killed. Wow. Well, I told y'all I felt like those defense attorneys were playing different, but that's when you get grimy defense attorneys. That's what happened. Look at some of the stuff that was happening in even Young Dolph's case. They either nurses or home aides. Soulja Boy said he was the first rapper ever. How though, when it was people before him, or I'm wrong? You're right. It was people before him. It's bad down south in Florida. Oh, wow. Wow. I think that it wouldn't be good for Gunna to get a bond since everybody else is locked up. I think that something will happen to him. It's raining now, but I pray for everyone. Facts. Yeah, we're praying for everybody that is affected by the hurricane. We send out for those who are sick, who's suffering. We send out healing prayers, and we ask that the storm behave. We ask that we pray we pray that God commands the storm to behave. Curtis Blow and them Soulja Boy. People from Florida are coming here to our gyms in Augusta, Georgia. Oh my. Wow. And I know it's got to be uncomfortable to have to leave your home not knowing what you're going to go back to be in a gym, you know. Wow. Y'all, please hit the like button. Let's see how many likes we got. We only got 49 likes, y'all. Please hit the like button. Y'all, please hit the like button. Because we only have 49 likes. We need to have it up to like 90 likes. Rest in peace, Young Dog says, nah, it would be good for YSL if Gunna get it bombed because he calls shots. He a big member in YSL. Him Thug, who everybody in YSL look up to. Yeah, I was going to say it would probably be dangerous for even for him to get out. But I figured, that those lawyers was working on intimidating a lot of witnesses. Okay. That's what I figured. But we'll see, because if they committed all those crimes, if he mess around to get out, God and make him wish that he had never gotten out, because he won't be walking this earth. I truly believe that when these people around here doing evil stuff and then they mess around and do dirty stuff and they get out of it, they probably would have been better off in jail, because at least they probably would have been alive. These folks are going to have to pay for a lot of what they do. These people killing folks like 40 going north. And they're just taking human lives, and they see nothing wrong with it. They don't see anything wrong with, I want my respect, else I'm going to kill you. Pathetic. Our community is really sick. It's really sick without a cause. There was a young man that had commented today on my comments, and I'm not mad at him at all, because he was very respectful. He was. I can't be mad at people that's respectful when they express how they feel and they are respectful. But he expressed that he felt like that I was biased as it relates to a label and pre. And I am, because there's nothing right about what that label is doing. So I am absolutely biased, because I'm human, and I see what's going on, and I see what has happened. And even let's just say they didn't have anything to do with it, it ain't looking good. Okay. I doubt it. But let's just say if they didn't, the way that they handled it, which they didn't have to say nothing. If you don't like a person, you don't say anything. But to troll the dead, to think that you can make videos and talk about it, and then your label is one of those ones that's growing. Your artists are known too. That's sending a bad message within the Black community to a bunch of kids that are already screwed up anyways. A lot of them. There is nothing right about it. Of course, I'm very biased. I'm biased between right and wrong. I'm gonna always be biased to what's right, without a thought. It ain't no being fair when it comes to right and wrong. I stand on the side of what's right. Okay, I don't care who it is. Rest in peace, Young Dog says they haters. How can you hate pre T? I'm finna show you where Grove even said CMG sent a hit. Okay. Joy Loves God. Hello, Joy Loves God. Joy Loves God been in here. Lord have mercy. I thought I didn't know if I had seen you or not. Joy Loves God. Whew, y'all. But y'all, I think as far as Gunna goes, I don't know what happened with that. I believe witnesses have been tampered with, and when those defense attorneys gave the witnesses information out, because that's who did it. Okay, the damn defense attorneys did it because they play. That's how they play dirty like that. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to read something. I knew that the case would kind of crumble. Let's see. Wow. Hold on, y'all. I'm reading something. Hold on, y'all. I tell you, it's sad. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm reading something. Wow. Oh wow. Um, it was that on Grove Heroes page? Was that on Grove Heroes page? Hold on. Wow. No, the one who threatened every pre-artist. Well, Grove Hero said who sent the hit. He definitely said the name of who sent the hit. Okay. You know, I think in the days to come, people are not going to be as that's because y'all will start seeing more stuff come out anyways. People are not gonna be tight-lipped and quiet because it's gonna start coming out anyways. Because the more people find out and you know when their suspicions are confirmed, they're gonna get angrier anyways. When you're angry, a lot of times you can't hold it in, especially when it has something to do with, you know, somebody you care about getting taken out of here just because they dare to be great. Nakia says, Tam, did you see Boosie talking about Netflix? I didn't. I didn't see Boosie talking about Netflix. And Martha Barnes, you can find good dogs at the rescue dog shelters and adoption from the pet stores. I have a rescue dog. Wow. Y'all, please hit the like button. We should be up to like 80 something likes. Y'all, please hit the like button. I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to talk about Pnb Rock. And before we move on to Pnb Rock, I'm going to give y'all, anybody who wants the opportunity to come up and talk about or elaborate on what we just talked about before I move on, you could do that. I just dropped the link. If you want to elaborate on Soulja Boy and Vlad, or Gunna, because like I said, I believe I knew that those defense attorneys leaked the information and got and kind of probably has scared off quite a bit of those witnesses. That's what they do now to try to win cases. They play dirty like that, not caring that their clients because they know are sending hits. Okay, T, what kind do to have? T have. Okay. Thank you. What kind do T have? Hello, Two Pistols. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Pnb Rock, you guys. I want to show this. If Funny has good evidence, then they won't need witnesses. That's true too. Let's see. Oh, what kind of dog do I have? A Yorkie. She's a Yorkie. And she is bad.
A father is in custody along with his 17-year-old son and the boy's stepmother. They're being charged with murder of rapper Pnb Rock. He was shot and killed during a robbery at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South LA earlier this month.
Fox 11's Christy Barrera has more on the trio of suspects. She joins us now live from Compton. Christy.
Yeah, one of the suspects, Chantel Trone, was arraigned here at the Compton courthouse earlier today. The 17-year-old, whose name is not being released because he is a minor, was also arraigned in juvenile court, and his father was on the run until today. A family under arrest. 40-year-old Freddie Trone, no longer a fugitive, caught by police in Las Vegas. The LAPD says he was the getaway driver, and his 17-year-old son was the gunman who earlier this month shot and killed rapper Pnb Rock while he was eating lunch at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South LA with his girlfriend. The LAPD believes the duo was after the rapper's expensive jewelry and may have been tipped off to his whereabouts by a social media post. His murder provoking outrage and calls for justice.
He was a guest in our community and was gunned down by a cowardly act.
Also likely to turn heads, Fox 11 has learned the alleged teen gunman was just out of jail and wearing an ankle monitor, which should have gone off once he left his home.
Court's going to go on the record, call the matter of people Chantel Trone.
Also in custody, Freddie Trone's 38-year-old wife, Chantel, who choked back tears during her arraignment in Compton. Police have not said her involvement, but she pled not guilty to charges of being an accessory after the fact. Chantel Trone is due back in court on October 13th. As for Freddie Lee Trone, he could be arraigned as early as tomorrow. Now, we did check jailhouse records, and it shows that someone with the same name and the same age was arrested back in August and was released in March of this year from county jail, but those records did not say on what charges. Live in Compton, Christy Fajardo, Fox 11 News.
Wow. Seem like a whole family of criminals. Now, if they got her, it is because, they said they don't know yet. It ain't no telling what she did. It ain't no telling what she did, but it's a damn shame. I was listening to a video where they were saying that they was already on the lot. A lot of people went in on his girlfriend and said, they said she was the girl, PB, what's his name? The rapper. His girlfriend was receiving death threats and everything. People are so dogmatic. They want to try to threaten the girl instead of trying to help the people find out or find who did this, to him. And that was before they found out who did this, right? But I was reading or I was listening to, they said that they was already on the lot when they pulled up on the lot. Pnb. Yeah, they was already on the lot. Okay. Yeah, they was already on the lot. Kodak Black told her to kill herself. Right. They was going in on that girl and she had nothing to do with that. When they pulled up on the lot, they saw them and lined them up. And you got to have a lot of damn nerves to go inside of a restaurant. They went inside of a restaurant. This I know people done lost their damn minds. They went inside of the restaurant with everybody looking at them. And they decided to rob and kill that boy in a restaurant with other people in there. So it's sad. I think that they should get, I know they're not going to show who his son is. If he's a minor, they can't show him, I don't think. But I think that they should be prosecuted, hell, all of them to the fullest. How his wife is involved, I don't know, but evidently her ass done did something because they got her. But it goes back to what I be talking about, y'all. What do these kids have to look up to? Hell, they parents think it's an honor. If they gonna commit a crime, hell, I'd rather them commit it with me than with somebody else. That's how people think now. That's why I say the thought process of a lot of people. That's why I don't deal with a whole lot of people. Okay, I don't really deal with a lot of people because of their thought process. A lot of people, their thinking is screwed up. They real screwed up. They worry about stuff that has nothing to do with them. They sit up and hate somebody because they'll look at somebody and say, they think they something. I want to kill them. That is the mindset of people today. They saw that boy walking into that shop. Who's to say they didn't know that he was a rapper? He probably knew he was a rapper. If nothing else, they saw his jewelry glistening like new money. They probably saw the vehicle that they was in, and they couldn't even, they so pitiful. They didn't wait for him to come back outside. They went into the store. So, I mean, they wanted to get caught. It was wrong anyways on so many levels. It's sad that people cannot amass a lot of wealth and show off their jewelry. If they want to go and buy expensive jewelry, they should be able to do that. Okay? They should. I hear people now, they like to put all of the blame, and you have to be careful, on the victim. Well, that why they go buy their watch? Hell, if they work for the damn money, they ought to be able to wear whatever they want to wear without a nigga getting mad. Okay? D-Mon says they also need to indict her on wearing their bogus wig. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and she got the nerve to be crying. But I'm sure she ain't innocent. I'm sure she's not innocent. She was hiding behind her attorney. She didn't want the cameras in her face. That wig is a dead giveaway. Hell, if she had that wig on, then she would be easily identified. I'm telling you, she'd be easily identified because I'd never seen one like it before. Okay, that's her marker. Hakia says Hakia says he had on an ankle monitor. He must have lived close by. Wow. They know how to manipulate those ankle monitors too. Those ankle monitors don't mean shit. They'll take them right off and go do what they want to do and come back home. That's normally what they do. But I think it's sad though that a father who is supposed to be guiding his son right, because most fathers don't even want, their children, even if they failures. Hell, they ain't shit, been failures they whole damn life, losers. Because you could tell he won. They don't want their sons to be like that. Okay, most losers don't. At least they have that inside them. Son, I'm a loser. I ain't never been shit. Okay, I always been a failure from birth. But I don't want you to be like me. Okay? But instead, what they're doing is they're pulling their children into it. Okay? Because they ain't shit. I ain't shit. My son ain't shit either. We the same. That's how people think. They showed both the father and son. I seen on YouTube. Really? I hadn't seen the son. I'm telling you, I have not seen the son. It's a damn shame what is going on. But yeah, that wig is off the chain. I'm telling you, it is. It is off of the chain. If she was involved, I mean, if she had that wig on, she is not going to be able to deny it. Nobody else owns a damn wig like that. I'm telling you now. Okay. Y'all hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. But y'all, look at how pitiful it is, though. These kids don't have nothing to look up to. They absolutely don't have anybody, because their parents encourage them to do bad stuff. Here I am. I've been mad at the damn OGs, okay? Because I was saying OGs don't give a damn about them. And I'm still mad at them because they are not their children. But then it's just sick on so many levels when you have parents, that are supposed to be guiding their children right, that's encouraging them. They feel like I'm a rider. Me and my daughter do this together. Okay, these women ain't some of them ain't no damn better. They be encouraging their daughters to get into prostitution. I'm telling you, Nakia, that's what's going on. The industry and government always put a lot of misleading information in the media covering up the facts. They think they're slick. I agree. Yes, a father in the home is supposed to teach their son how to be a real man and lead his family, not how to go directly to jail. Dima said that wig came from wish.com. You might be right. Dima said that the wig came from wish.com. Maybe that's why she was trying to hide. I thought her face, she didn't want to be people to notice who she was, but it was probably that wig she was trying to hide. She was ashamed of that wig. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. Well, I'm telling you now, people love money now. They love money more than they do their own brothers and sisters. They'll line them up. Nigga, I'm gonna be rich. They will line them up for some money. And they're all mamas. I think that it's just sad. Out of all the years, I never thought that things would be like it is now. Sometimes I long for when I was growing up in the 80s. Okay. The 80s and the early 90s before 95, because after 95, they really started making us into they already, because people don't even know why they call the projects the projects. They've always used us as projects, really. And that's the reason why I get so, mad. going back to what the young man who had commented on my post today about I seem to be one-sided as it relates to CMG and Pre. Of course I am, because it is extremely disappointing to me. And I have to say this because I got family that really, I got a cousin that used to hang out at the club with Gotti and them when he was coming up, and they really, love Gotti. They really did. That's why when people say, well, Gotti don't count Memphis, that he feel like Memphis was not really the reason that he came up. I don't know how in the hell he think that, because there was a lot of people that supported him. But the way that this situation was handled with Dolph, and I'm talking about dating back to when people was being arrested out of his camp for attempting to take his life. Even Charlemagne said it had gone too far. When Charlemagne brought up Blac Youngsta, what Gotti said was, wait a minute, Blac Youngsta, my little brother. You see, I don't like to get into that because I'm gonna get upset. I'm gonna get real angry, because that he was consistently encouraging Blac Youngsta. Evidently, Blac Youngsta ain't got no scruples about what he do, and he knew that. Instead of telling him to put a lid on it, now he telling him, he seemed like to me he trying to put a muzzle. I guess because they say Blac Youngsta just put out an album and he ain't doing nothing but dissing Dolph. And we already know them albums can't get put out unless Gotti approve them. So I can't understand. I think Gotti has probably feel like he has made enough money now where he wouldn't really give a damn about what people think. But Gotti got to understand that there is still a God. So if first of all, if it comes, if Gotti had, and I would have to say, because he has not been charged with anything, if Gotti had anything to do with this Dolph situation, if he even knew about it, he don't ever need to be supported ever again. That's inhumane, and we don't need to be supporting people like that. But if he has amassed a lot of wealth where he feels like that he don't give a damn what people think anymore, because you know how people say, I got mine, you need to get yours. God gonna handle that. Okay. Because God says when I get them back for what they did, you're gonna see me get them back. Nobody had no business. Dolph had no business losing his life. Especially if it was about some damn words. A motherfucker old as Gotti, excuse my French, feelings all not be easy to hurt. His ass is rusty. He's getting rusty. He in his 40s, me and Gotti close to the same age. Okay. Lord, I ain't even want to go there tonight. I said I wasn't gonna even. Oh, I done got hot. Nakia says, Demon, you have me rolling. Hakia says, yep, Joy, how did they think they would get away with taking him out? I tell my grandkids I don't accept collect calls. So y'all better not go to jail. I'm telling you. I don't even think they do collect calls in jails no more, right? They have to get calling cards and they have to be filled up. That's the reason why so many of these men going with men now. They goes with men, because if the women can't keep their cards time on their cards, they have to, they call this up be making a fool out of the men. Hakia says D-Mon Sloppy Joe next to get indicted. Yes, we had fun growing up, and it was more money, more love. Absolutely, it was love in the community. I think about, like I said, growing up around. I'm gonna have to upload that video, y'all. I told y'all I went through my old neighborhood, and I went down. I was actually talking as I went down some of the streets. I went in the back of Clementine where Mr. Tate Castle used to be, and they said Mr. Tate died a few years back. Oh my God, that castle is something else now, because I think Mr. Tate used to live in that damn castle. But they say not say, because I went past it. It is something else. Hell, I forgot what it is. But I would have loved to buy that castle. I didn't know it was up for sale. I would have loved to. I would have. I don't know what I would have did though. I don't know what I would have did with it, but I think it's some kind of outreach thing now, but it kind of looks abandoned. Yes, I miss the carefree days too, where we could play and everything. I do. I miss those carefree days. I remember because I had to go to Alcy when I was in 5th grade. I had to go to Alcy summer school. I think it was for my math or something. I don't know, but I had to go to the summer school. And anyways, I didn't fail. I just had to go to the summer school that year. And so I went to the summer school, and I remember we they would always drop us off by a store, and it was a beauty shop connected to that store. And I remember one day we had gotten dropped off, and we had almost made it home because we always went the back way going to Clementine. And we was by that Alcy Park. If anybody lives in Memphis, they know where that Alcy Park is. We used to get free lunch at that park during the summertime. We would go and play. They had people who worked for the community center to come out and play games with us. We would be there from 8 until 12. We was just carefree. They played basketball with the kids. Those were the summer programs. If the kids didn't have anything to eat during the summer, they would go to the park to play just to get the free lunch. Okay, that's what we called it. We called it free lunch because I like the juices. I never did like the lunch meat. I like the juices. And we was about 9 and 10 years old that we was walk down there. But that summer, that day walking home from summer school, there was this young lady named Tasha that lived in Clementine. She was about 2 years older than me, but she was built like a grown woman. She was built like a grown woman, but she was still a child because I was 10 and she was 12. And then we had gotten by Alcy Park. We had passed by Alcy Park. And right as we passed by Alcy Park, there was this area like right after you passed by the park, it was like a ditch over on the right side, a steep ditch. And then I remember looking back and there was this guy that was jogging. It was nobody but her and I. Okay, because it's really an isolated area. It was only her and I, and this guy was jogging, and he walked up to us, and immediately, because the way my grandmama and them raised me, I guess the profession that I got is really what it should be, because I've always been paranoid about everything. I never smoked no weed because my grandmama always had a story about everything. I never smoked weed because my grandmama would always tell these stories, and it always ended with somebody losing their mind and never getting their mind back or dying. So I never smoked weed because I thought somebody was going to spike it. Okay. That's just the type of person she was. She always scared me straight, really. Okay. So I never smoked cigarettes because she said that she knew people that smoked cigarettes, and somebody put something in a lady's cigarette, and she never stopped scratching. She lost her mind. I'm telling you, she just said a lot of stuff that scared me, right? So anyways, this man jogged up behind us, and he was nice to her. He was looking at Tasha. He was a grown man, but she was 12 years old. She just was built like a grown lady. And so I remember when he jogged up to us, he was like, "Hey, cuties." And I immediately started walking slow. I kind of fell back because she started speeding up. And I don't know why, but I immediately stopped as we was talking, and he grabbed her and then grabbed her butt. I will never forget that. He grabbed her arm and he grabbed her butt. A pedophile, a sick man. Okay. And I think what he attempted to do was to try to pull her, because I told y'all we was by a ditch. I never knew. That's why when I was riding through that neighborhood, Dolph went to that school about Corey too. I'm gonna upload that video. As I was riding down that street, I was remembering that. That's the reason why when I was in the video, tears was rolling, because I was just remembering my childhood. But that was just like one isolated incident. But y'all, I never knew that I could run so fast. I immediately turned and went back the other way. And I remember Tasha told me once he saw how fast I was, I did not stop. I ran clean across a street that have a lot of cars coming. Thank God there was no cars coming because I did not stop to look to see if any cars was coming from left and right. I just ran back the other way because all I knew was that she was in danger. Okay, because he was actually getting ready to try and do something to her. And I did not stop running until I saw an adult. I don't even know where I was running to. I just ran and I kept running until I saw an adult. And I don't know how far I had gotten. I was just like, honestly, I was just like Forrest Gump, and I'm serious. When Forrest Gump started running, that's how it was. And they was like, "Well, where was you going?" I remember when the lady called the police. By the time I stopped, I don't know. I think my senses started to come back to me, and I almost passed out. And the lady was like, "Oh my God, is something wrong with her?" And I was like, "A man got my friend. A man just snatched my friend up." I don't, we was walking home from summer school, and she immediately called the police. And I remember when the police went looking for Tasha and stuff when they got there, and I'm serious. She said he let her go when he looked back and saw how fast I was running and how far I had gotten away. He let her go, and he said to her, "Next time I'm gonna leave y'all in that ditch right there." So when he jogged up behind us, it was just the Spirit of God that let me know. I immediately felt something because we had been walking home from summer school every day and nothing happened. But he would hang out at that store with those men. So he had been seeing we were little girls. He had been seeing us get off the bus. He waited clean until we got past Alcee Park, and he jogged all the way from up there by Alcee School to that park because he knew we would be in that isolated area at that time. So even then there were sick people. But I'm gonna tell you something. That was during the time that the community truly cared about each other, because every time we got off of that bus from that point on during the summertime, there was a police officer at that store, and there was always a police officer sitting there in Mr. Tate's store lot, because that was an isolated area walking down through there, so that's when, we would, and even then, like, when I kept running and I ran to some houses or whatever, you had those women, like the women that was in their neighborhood over across on the other side of that street. They started sitting out on their porch and stuff. That's truly when the community truly looked out for each other and cared about each other. We was living in the hood at that point. Sometimes during that time, sometimes my mom had a car, sometimes she didn't. That was before God truly blessed us. That's why I always say, your situations can change overnight. Nobody could, we was living in the projects and stuff. We didn't know we was poor because we truly loved each other. We didn't really, focus on material things. We wanted to be happy. We wanted to be kids. But I see now people are, kids are not kids anymore. Their parents and stuff are on drugs. You got the oldest child, which is about 7 years old, having to take on the responsibility of taking care of all of their sisters and brothers. Mama moving in and everybody up in the house. She got a damn different boyfriend every other day. She got to worry about being molested. That's the reason why you see a lot of women, by the time they get to be 20, 30 years old, they mean as a junkyard dog, because they've always had to fend for themselves. And it makes a lot of men and women mean as hell. They very no nonsense. And they'll say, "But that's a beautiful girl, but she mean as hell." You don't even know what she been through. So when you start seeing teenage girls that's selling their bodies and things of that nature, you don't know if they've been molested. I told y'all, I work for the police department. These folks prefer children for some reason. Ain't nothing better to them than a child, because they're so mentally sick. That's why you see a lot of these older men, and they in their 40s and 50s, and they want a girl that's 19, 20 years old. Nigga, you sick as hell, nigga. It ain't no difference in a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. You ain't got a damn thing in common with them, you pervert. And that's because mentally they want to control them. They want a child. Okay? That's what they want. They want a child. And they want to mess their life up. Basically. Okay? Whew. Anytime I get to preaching, I get hot. Okay? So it's sad because even for me, the girl I was telling y'all about, who lived in the projects, and we was walking home together, she had a woman's physique. I mean, she was built like a Coke bottle at 12 years old. I was still built like a little girl. He wasn't even really focused on me. He was focused on her. He focused on her from the time that we got off of that bus, and we didn't even see his ass. The only thing I remember about him is he had a damn Jerry curl. That's it. Okay? But them police was laying for his ass. He was never up at that damn store ever again when we got out of school, because he knew them police officers was sitting up at that store waiting on him to be up at that store. But that's what I'm saying, y'all. Kids are very, very vulnerable. Okay. And just like that man wanted to do that to Tasha, okay, at 12 years old, if I had not been there to run to get us some help, ain't no telling what he said, what he was going to do. He said he was going to rape her and leave her in the ditch. And I have no doubt that he would have did that, because look at how he grabbed her. He was sick. He grabbed her arm and then he grabbed her booty. I remember. Okay. I was traumatized by that for a very long time. Like, I could not believe that had happened that was happening to us. Even though it didn't happen to me, he preferred her because she was older and built different. I'm a 32-year-old man. Guys are sick. It's great. Right. They are sick. Tam, do you still have your friend from back in the day? I still have I have a friend, my best friend, and I seen a man in my hood kept asking for a Newport, and someone put a firecracker in the Newport, messed his mouth up. Oh Lord. I have a best friend that's still my best friend to this day. Now we're best friends, but where she hang out at and where I hang out at, is different. Cause she from, we lived in Clementine together, but the majority of her family, always lived in South Memphis. Okay. Like mine did. But when we moved out of South Memphis, my mother didn't necessarily allow me to continuously hang out in South Memphis. When they moved out of the projects, they got a house in South Memphis. We didn't get a house in South Memphis. But we always remained, best friends. And she's still my best friend. I was 5 years old. She's been my best friend since I was in the kindergarten. Okay, you talking about hood. She's hood, but we have fun because we know each other. We're so close, we call each other cousins. Okay, because we're best friends, I told y'all that my best friend, she's my best friend. I told y'all that's Blac Youngsta's cousin, right? I don't know Blac Youngsta though. I never met Blac Youngsta. I played with Blac Youngsta's mother when we was like 10 years old. I haven't seen her since she was like 12. His mom and his mother looks just like he looks now. His mother looked at that time, I don't know how she looks now because I have not seen her since she was 12. But the way that Blac Youngsta looks now, his mother looked when she was about 11 or 12 years old. She wasn't no GD then because she was a little girl. I don't know what happened to her after 12 because I didn't see her, at my best friend's house anymore, because she used to spend the night at my best friend's house. And that's how, we would all play together. We were little girls, hell. But I hadn't seen her since she was like 12 years old. So if she GD, she might have got into that, after that, but I didn't see her no more. My friend did, because that's her cousin, but I didn't see her no more. I never knew Blac Youngsta. I've never met him in my life. I see him on pictures on my friends' social media, at their families, her kids and stuff, take pictures with him and stuff, but I don't know him. But she is my very best friend. Okay, she is my very best friend. Blac Youngsta said his mom is GD. So you kept up with the longtime friend? Absolutely. We've been friends since we were 5. Her mom calls my mother several times a week, because we're such good friends. It made our mothers keep in contact with each other, and they still do to this day. They talk several times a week. Blac Youngsta dad stuck in Memphis. I don't know who his dad is. She has a very large family. She looked like Blac Youngsta. Yeah, she looked just like him when she looked just like him when she was younger. She smiles. When he smiled, I remember how she smiled when she was, and I haven't seen her in about maybe almost like 30 years or whatever. The way she would smile, he smiled just like that. It's funny that he got a lot of his mother's features when she was a little girl. But she was always a couple years older than me too. And she was always more mature than us. She was even as a child, she had a maturity that was a lot different than ours. Nakia says, I told my mom to drop me off in California to be in somebody's movie. Tim, every time you get hot, I know, okay, it's coming somewhere. You got to be very disappointed in Blac Youngsta. I never knew him. Oh, you said she got to be very disappointed in Blac Youngsta. I don't know. I tell you, it's something. I tell you. Jacqueline says, Nakia Lee, you sure would get the role. It's something though, because when I went past Corey, it's not Corey anymore. They changed the name of it. Laugh out loud. Money make people forget evil. That's what it does. Jacqueline said, "Where's Blac Youngsta?" I don't know. They say that he got out of album and he's been dissing Dolph. So wherever he's at, even if we don't see him a whole lot, it seemed like to me he's still up to the same stuff. Rest in peace, Young Dolph said he still be posting. Somebody told me he just dropped the album, and on that album, all he's doing is dissing Dolph, in quite a few of the songs. That's messed up. If you look at some of Blac Youngsta's older stuff, pictures and stuff, he did not. There is a difference than what you see now. Blac Youngsta has a demonic spirit on him. He needs some prayer. I was always around Blac Youngsta's great aunts, okay? And I know those women were praying women. A lot of them are no longer here. But I grew up around them. Okay, not more so. I never knew Blac Youngsta ass. Okay, before they get to, because people be looking for anything because they sick in the head. If I knew him, I'd say it. I don't hide nothing. Okay, it wouldn't be nothing for me to say it, but I don't know him. But I knew his great aunts. Those women, they was real cussers though. I'm telling you. It was a lot of before Blac Youngsta was ever even born. Like I can remember when we was growing up that they had a lot of my best friend had a lot of family members because they grew up around in Lemoyne, Owen Garden, and places like that. They had a lot of people to die, family members, and a lot of her cousins died to violence. It's like we was always going to funerals, and it was weird because I was always around her cousins. You know what I mean? And it would be so weird. I remember when the Fila boots first came out. It's so weird. She had a cousin named Terry that when the Fila boots first came out, his mama, they was living in the projects in Lemoyne, Owen Garden. Okay. And their mother had worked a couple jobs just so that she could get them. All they wanted was those Fila boots. If anybody that's that's around my age, y'all remember that. I think they were $60 was a lot of money at that time, living in the projects, to pay for some boots. And somebody tried to take his Fila shoes from him because they wanted them, and shot that boy and killed him. Like that happened a lot throughout their family. Well, a lot of them just tragically was murdered. It's almost, yeah. Joy Loves God says Blac Youngsta is a lost soul. He is. And from what I can see, he is. And like I said, I don't say a whole lot about him out of loyalty to my best friend, because she loves her cousin, and she makes that clear that she loves him. And I've been friends with her for too long. You're talking about almost 40-year friendship. So, I try to be respectful because I wouldn't want her. She's been around my family her whole life. Also, I wouldn't want her talking about my cousins okay. Yep. Let's see. Those in the bushes, please. Yes, those in the bushes, please hit the like button. It's something about the Illuminati. When you're connected, it changes your personality, and it would be like you're not the same person. Absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing that I'll say as it relates to Blac Youngsta, like, I don't stop nobody else from, people are able to express how they feel. Like I told her, I don't stop people from saying what they want to say on here. Sometimes I even have to say something because, I look at some of the stuff that Blac Youngsta does, and it's evil on so many levels. I just, it ain't right. None of it. It's just, it's not right. But God sees all and knows all. That's what I'll say about that. God sees all and knows all. And whoever is wrong, God gets the last say in that. And I'm sure any and everybody knows that. That's right, Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah said you're not talking about it with. That's right, Miss Deborah. See, now that's so sad. And when things like that happen, people hearts get hardened, and they be saying it happened to me, so they don't care if it happens to others. That's true. That's true. So I think that is sad, because I know the neighborhood that Blac Youngsta and them came from. That's a absolute, completely impoverished area. Completely impoverished. And you would think that if somebody came from the conditions that I know that he came from, because I know where his mother came from. Okay. I know where his mother's family came from, because they all lived around that area. You would think that, he brags about being a millionaire, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But you wouldn't think he would be that reckless. And my thing is, I think that Blac Youngsta looks at Gotti as his God instead of, who the real God is. I tell you, that's just, it's something. It's something. Rest in peace, Young Dolph says Blac Youngsta artist J90 just poofed out of nowhere. What happened to him? Did Blac Youngsta do him how he did Young Money? Wow. I never heard of J90 and Young Money. Is that the young man that he signed outside one day by a car? I think I can remember seeing that on social media. Letitia Wing says that house they showed of his grandma seems like it was rough. Oh, absolutely. For sure. That whole neighborhood, that whole area. I'm telling you. I believe that a lot of Blac Youngsta dealings is because of the drug usage. Although Blac Youngsta is acting like he doesn't care, his heart is broken and he's running from himself. I absolutely agree with you, Miss Jacqueline. Yeah, I concur with that. But everybody knows that they have to answer. There are consequences for what we all do, whatever that is. There's a price to pay for that, you know. Yep. Deborah says, well, his mama can't tell him to slow down. I know my kids listen to me and they are older. I don't know. Because, like I said, I hadn't seen his mama since she was 12. And she got to be and she's in her 40s now. So that means I ain't seen her and shoot, what, about 30 years? Y'all, please hit the like button. Yeah, but I had another best friend, that we were friends for a long time. After we left the projects, it was me, her. It's funny because my best friend, they were both my best friends, but we all knew each other because we all lived in the same projects, but they didn't necessarily really, really care for each other, but they didn't dislike each other. But she was my best friend for a very long time. Even after we left the projects, we all moved out and we would spend nights and stuff with each other. My friend, my other best friend, when we moved to where we moved at, they would come to my house. I would have sleepovers at my house all through the years, even through the teenage years and stuff, until we started, having our own kids and stuff. And she just I kind of cut her off because she had a jealous spirit. I don't deal with jealous people. It's one thing, when you're younger and you don't know each other. If you're gonna be an old ass heifer and you still got that jealous demon, I can't have you around me. One thing about my best friend that is my best friend now, like I said, we have different types of friends because she be out in the streets. I'm not in the streets. But that chick she ain't jealous. I'm telling you, she a hardcore thug, but she ain't no jealous chick either. We laugh and talk on the phone. We still have fun. If we gonna hang out, it's gonna be in one of my spots. She'll say my spots are too corny, but because she don't be wanting to hang out. She said those the bougie spots. I ain't bougie, but she's my only best friend from my childhood that remains my best friend. Some people you'll have to cut off. Yeah, some people you have to cut off. I don't. Jealousy is as deadly as the grave. I do not deal with jealous people. Even if the jealousy is spewed at somebody else, if I see that they have that spirit on them, I will not deal with them at all. They'll cut you on your back. And as women, we have to be very careful because by nature, all of us were very territorial, very protective. Okay. So we have to be careful of not allowing that spirit of jealousy to creep up on us because it'll happen. And some women cannot control theirs. And it's those ones that can't control theirs that I don't want around me ever. Because they will stab you in your back at the speed of light. I might be a lot of things. I might cuss you out. Okay. I'm gonna cuss you out if you do something to me. I'm gonna cuss you out and I'm probably gonna cut you off, depending on what it is. But I've always been this type. I don't backstab people. It's just something about that that's really gross to me. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they was like, good people, I don't know why they think this way, but I guess because of their experiences. He was like, good people don't necessarily get to the top. You have to be cutthroat to really, really get to the top, And I started, I come against that. He was like, people don't appreciate good guys, and for some reason, that a lot of that holds validity too. Because when people have good bosses and stuff, if you notice, instead of them being grateful that they got a good boss, they come in late, they want to leave early, they always taking off. Oh, I got a nice boss. They find a way to try and take advantage of something nice. But when they got a boss that's cracking the whip on them and got them all stressed out, having damn nervous breakdowns and shit. Okay, they act like slaves. They going all out of their way, doing everything, working 5-6 hours over. Boss, you ain't got to pay me, boss. They let them crack the whip on them, trying to get their favor. But you can't appreciate the way that the human mind is now is pretty sick. When people see good people, they go, "Oh, that's a good person. I'm gonna see how I can use them." And see, that's why a lot of people think I'm crazy, because I'm genuinely a nice person, but I watch people very closely. I don't get the clients and have the customers I have and get the recommendations that I have because I'm slow. It's because I know how to do what I do. And I watch people very closely. And so when people think you crazy when they think that you are a pushover and then you turn around and leave them for dead. Because one thing I don't like for people to violate me. If I ain't did nothing, it's just because I'm still lining your bitch ass up. Because when we strike, you ain't gonna get up no more. Because it takes nothing to violate people. I mean, not to violate people. Leave people alone, but people are so pathetic. They feel like if they're getting away with it, they don't stop. Yeah, I know I'm violating her, trying to hack into her computer. Ain't nothing happened yet. And that's why so many niggas in jail now. Because they pathetic. Rest in peace, Young Dog says, do y'all remember Bag birthday party got shot up and the girl got hit? No, I don't remember that. Rest in peace, Young Dog. When was that? People that are cutthroat have a sense that they can't win unless they cheat or use someone. Absolutely. Or keep shit going. You think about this YouTube mess. Everybody can do their commentating and leave folks the hell alone, but you got a lot of sick people on YouTube. And that's only because that's how they've operated in life. Okay? That's how they operated in life. And you know when a person has a murdering demon on them and they've murdered somebody before, because they get real angry when they can't control somebody. Okay. And a lot of people that have those spirits on them, they just coming in on YouTube. A lot of them making more money than they could have ever made. All they got to do is shut the hell up. Instead, they go and do criminal things and get themselves put up on the investigations. And they think because ain't nothing happened, they continue. It's easy to line them up. It's real easy. Because with black people, they just don't know how to stop. And then they'll stand on their soapbox when they motherfucking asses get indicted. They just didn't want to see black people is on YouTube making money. Bitch, you a hacker. And you know you're a damn hacker stealing these folks' social security numbers and credit cards and shit. Okay? And the thing about it is a lot of these people so pathetic. They lie so much. They so grimy. One thing about the devil, they come at you one way and then they flee in 7, 8 different ways. They always falling out. And as soon as they fall out, what they start doing is sending emails to the people that they have violated with the damn proof of what they did and how the operation works. So that's why I always say you don't have to worry about the devil. Okay? I know her at Letitia Wing. I just know Bad got on live after it saying it wasn't for him. And rest in peace, Young Dog. Was that last year? I can tell when someone jealous is in the way. They talk. I don't mess with that kind. Me neither. I can't stand for somebody to say they just went and got a new car because I got a new car. No, you a jealous bitch. I don't want you around me. Why don't you just be happy about them folks getting a car? Maybe they needed a new car. Hell, if you went and got a new car and they went and got a new car, maybe you inspired them. That's the way I look at something. Oh, okay, they went and got a new car too. They might have needed a new car. They saw me with a new car. I inspired them to get something better. Here. That's how I look at it, because I'm going to get what I want. That's just how I am. I was always taught if whatever you want, you can get it if you work for it. I don't have time to focus on stuff like that. They just getting it because I got it. She wear her hair flipped to the side because I wear my hair flipped to the side. I'd be a damn fool to sit up and think like that. That's a mentally ill person. I'm always thinking of how I can expand something to make some money. Not about what somebody doing. They talk about it because I talk about it. It's a lot of catchphrases that I know that I've said that I never heard nobody else say. Now I hear people say, I don't get mad about that. I know where they got it from. I be flattered. Okay. If I want, I'm gonna go get it. And my Dolph voice, that's right. They was mad at Dolph for going to get it. Yeah, I'm dropping the link. Anybody that want to come up can come up. I guess now we in the open conversation part. Everything I done said, I'm willing to bet it's a demonic force that's listening, that's waiting to go twist it. But when they try to twist it, God, you twist their damn tongue up and give them a damn stroke. Okay, give them a stroke. While they twisting my words, twist their tongue. Nakia Lee says, rest in peace, Young Dolph. What up? Thanks for dropping gems on here. Rest in peace, Young Dolph is always dropping gems. Always. I'm telling you, he come in here and he always dropping gems. He was just talking about somebody was shot up in Moneybag Yo birthday party. I think I can remember it vaguely. And that's right, Anthony. New Media Pre is in the house. Pre, I want to see them. I did a video on Pre today. Y'all already know that I am pro Pre because I want to see those young men win. Hey, Miss Jacqueline.
Hello, let me turn my camera off. I'm in the bed. Hold on. Come on, dudes. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I thought I had turned the TV off too. Hold on just a minute. What the heck is going on? Let me find us. Hold on. All right. Stop camera. Okay. On Blac Youngsta,
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of empathy for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Blac Youngsta right now is really lost,
Mm-hmm.
and it's real sad. And the reason, because he has so much faith in people that don't really care about him.
Absolutely.
It's like, where are your family? Where's your mom, your dad, your brother, or somebody?
Yeah, you know what? There's a price to pay. I really believe, especially at this point, what Blac Youngster need to be trying to do, and I feel, and this is just me. Nobody has told me this or nothing. This is how I feel. I
Mhm.
feel like whatever has happened, whatever that is,
You need
he
to face it.
feels like I'm gonna just be gangster, and
Mhm.
it's more like a look now. Yeah, I ain't regretful of whatever it is, that went on. I ain't regretful. I'm a gangster. I'm a you have to make people, when you've done wrong, you
Right.
have to make people feel like, and I ain't sorry about it, but in the back of his mind, he already know or who, I don't want to have to, I know I'm gonna have to pay for this.
Right.
And like I was saying before, the only thing that I might say that I respect about that is
Mhm.
that I believe he has come to terms and accepted that there's a set time to pay for whatever that may be, because there definitely is a set time. You just you just don't get away with certain things, there's just a price to pay.
Yeah, but do you think he will be able to pay his price?
He don't have no choice. The only other thing he could do is take his own life.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. He's that type of person to me.
You think so?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Hmm. And every time I would see something or hear something, he's gone. He's too far to turn back now. He's on
Hmm.
a deep down sparrow. Yeah, he'll take his life.
Well, what I've noticed is, and I've learned is, and what I see is, you see a lot of these dudes, and I'm just talking about in general. They be out here in the streets, and they commit all of these heinous crimes. But when it comes time to do the time, they rather die rather than go to jail for the rest of their
Right,
lives.
right.
I can't go to jail. I can't. I'd rather die. I think a lot of them, the reason that they do what they do, they know that there's a price to pay, and they
Hmm.
want to provoke somebody to go ahead, take them out before that day comes, that appointed time comes, where they got to go pay their price.
Yeah, I agree with you. Either they want the ops to take him out of the police. I agree with that. But I don't know. It's just I just have that feeling about him.
Rest in peace, young dog says a Blac Youngster said he killed 3 people. He would have been took his life. I think sometimes people try to wait it out. They think maybe I can. If sometimes if you've gotten away with some stuff before, you might
Hmm.
think you could skate. I don't think
Hmm.
that a lot of these people thought that as much attention would be brought to Young Dog's case as it has been. And that was just designed by God, because that was
Right.
never supposed to happen anyways.
Exactly.
So it ain't got nothing to do with the vloggers or anything like that. What
Mm-mm.
happened to Young Dolph don't have anything, whatever the police have, it is simply because of the witnesses that work with them and their investigations. They are
Right.
partnered with the feds. So I always say the Young Dolph can't lose. So you don't ever hear me stressing, have
Right.
you, about anything as it relates to the Young Dolph's case, because I always say he can't lose.
Right.
So whoever was involved, they already know that there is an appointed time.
Mm.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, the whole thing is just sad. It's too many young people caught up. It's just sad. I mean, it's just, and nobody's gonna win. Either way it go, nobody's gonna be a winner. But I just something just has been bothering me for about a week. Now I went to sleep, I dreamed about it, and it's Blac Youngsta. I don't think he's gonna be here to stand his trial.
You don't think so?
I really don't. I really don't.
Well,
Because most people, when they're so flamboyant and they are outgoing and I do this and I kill this person and bragging and stuff like that, those are the weakest people in your group. Because while they're doing all that talking and stuff is to keep people really from knowing how sensitive they are. It's like a defense.
Wow. Elijah said demon time.
Yeah, he on demon time. But yeah, he's I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night.
Well, a lot of times when people have done dirt and they know that it was wrong, especially if you get to thinking about all that's going to happen, if nothing else, Blac Youngsta, a lot of these people know more than the public know. Okay.
Yeah.
They know when their time is short. They a lot of them have been visited by the feds.
Yes.
They know it's just a matter of time, that the next time that they come, they probably gonna leave and never return home again.
Yeah.
Because see, when they start questioning you, they want you to know when they start coming to pick you up, start knocking on your door, they want you to know we almost got you. Or because if they didn't, they would never know that they're investigating them.
Right. I don't know. All of them, yes, let them pay their price. You got to do, you did the crime, do the time, but it's just something about him that it's not sitting right with me. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It makes me feel like this boy is just running around loose. His mind is all over the place. He's doing stuff to buy friends. He's not really sure if his friends are going to be there for him or not.
They're not.
Right. I already know that. But in his brain mind, my friends are here and they're going to do this and do that. No, they're not. And that's going to be his biggest downfall. See, because personally, me, now, if I was him, this is what I would do. I already did what I did. Why not go down here? Y'all don't have to look for me anymore. What I've done was wrong and I did this. And I would just do it like that and, stop running.
Elijah says 3 guys will run in Blac Youngsta's cell if he goes to jail. Damn.
He got to go somewhere, Elijah. Yeah, but I mean, to me, that would be that's the best thing to do. It's just, everybody know what's going on. Everybody know what you've done before and how you try to get him and all this stuff you're putting on the internet and woo and all this. Why not just go and turn yourself in? Because if he don't commit suicide, he's gonna get taken out. So either way go, he has a bag on his head.
I'm gonna tell you what bothers me.
Okay.
What's gonna be scary when a lot of this stuff starts to come out. I think the way, because see, a lot of people that are you around the Memphis area, Miss Jacqueline?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you're around the Memphis area, you know that when this first happened with young Dolph, people try to say, well, there was no retaliation. It was World War III when it happened. It was absolute war. Them boys. I can't say whether it was pre or not, but that somebody made a World War III around this area. It was folks dropping like flies for about 2 nights in a row.
Yes, ma'am. So I don't know. It's gonna be terrible though.
And I think when a lot of this stuff, the scary part is when more and more stuff start to come out They already know what has happened. But when the authorities put it out there, I think it's going to be another World War III.
Oh yeah, it is. But I just want, I want everybody to get got. But it's just something creepy about him.
Mm-hmm. Well, number one, it was never his battle.
Right.
It was never his battle. I can't understand, why somebody would jump into another man's battle and take it on like that. It would have been one thing if they was battling on the mic. You making money, ain't nobody really getting hurt other than maybe their egos, especially if somebody's rap is better than theirs, than yours. You just get back in the lab and you make yours better until it fizzles out. People get tired of it. Okay, well, people tired of it, so we gonna move on. You know what I mean? But anytime it comes outside of that and people are getting physically hurt, that's when it turns dark, and it turned dark a long time ago.
Yeah. I think, Blac Youngsta just came in there and it's like, okay, well, this my boss. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And Gotti's just sitting back laughing, like, yeah, I got me a damn fool. And let him take the rap. And nobody is really able to get into Youngsta's ear and say, Youngsta, watch what you're doing. This is all gonna fall on you.
Well, he wanted him to do it.
Yeah, he sure did. But somebody needs to let that. I don't know. He's gonna get everything. Someone needs to let him know. Look, turn yourself in. If or whatever just do it. Because you're already head over heel in it, and they're putting you out to dry. But he still can't see that. It's like he got a veil over his eyes.
Yeah, he can't see it. They've been setting him up from day one, really.
Yeah, and that's so sad. That's so sad about the whole thing. And he just
Joel Love's God says he interjected himself in someone else's business.
That's true. That's true. But he was trying to do it I guess he thought he was gonna get the place of who is his number one man? Gotti's number one man. I don't know.
Moneybag Yo, because that's the money maker over there, Moneybag. And you notice he don't let Moneybag get into that stuff.
To nothing.
That's the Moneybag for real.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. And so I guess Youngsta style, maybe he could take his place. Because the whole thing about him was so crazy. Like even how he got in, on the deal. He's at the radio station dancing on top of a table.
Yeah.
I mean, they made fun at him right there, like he was an animal. But he doesn't, he doesn't see it. I was like, all righty.
But I think it's sad though. In all, it's sad.
It is. I'm just gonna
it really is, because like you said, I could see it. You know what I mean? Even when you see Letitia said Bag just like being subliminal. Yeah, he do.
Yeah, he does.
But even when you see Blac Youngsta, even when he has his camera on, you could see like you can see that he's troubled.
Yes. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's sad. It really is. What has happened to Dolph is sad, because Dolph can never get up out of the grave. But at the same time, when you start seeing a bunch of grown men that are troubled, that's sad too. Troubled to the point that they really tortured in their mind.
He really is. But Blac Youngsta is tortured right now. I think the worst two out of both of them are him and Straight Drop. See, because they put these big fronts on like they're so bad. And their mind is whooping them down.
Somebody was telling me that, see, people want to say that Cornelius didn't have anything to do with that. I don't know about that. But yeah, he absolutely did, because somebody told me, and I'll, you know,
He
well, I'm not
just
gonna say
slick.
that.
That's all.
Yeah, he just slicker, and
Mm.
I bet he wish he had not did it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, he might be the one that has verbalized that he hate that he did it.
Yeah, or maybe he's done something like that before, and he's so under the table that nobody never found out. That might be the reason why they used him.
Absolutely, they don't just pick him for nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
But straight drop is very tortured. When
Yeah.
straight drop is in court, straight drop is almost it's really sad to me, and I'm serious. And I know a lot of people say, but he killed Dolph. Yes, he did, and it was wrong. But
Right.
if you look at his eyes, that is a tortured soul. His
Mm-hmm.
eyebrows have not relaxed. It's almost
Mm-hmm.
like he's in excruciating pain.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that too. All the time. I mean, yes, people do things wrong, and we don't want them to kill each other and hurt each other and stuff like that. But you got to pay the price. But we still can have humanity toward these people. We ain't got to agree with them and all this, but we can just say, okay, they're a person, and they have feelings. And right now, their feelings are kicking in. And then a lot of it, there's on so many drugs and stuff. So now they're actually dealing with all that raw emotion.
Letitia said he ain't looked trouble when he was at that graveside. He looked like a devil.
Yeah, he did.
He looked like a devil. You
Yeah, he did.
absolutely right. Just like a devil. That I've never been able to look at that video in full. Like it's just it reeks evil.
Wow. Yeah, he looked like he was high that I don't know what. I don't know.
But when the smoke clears and this case is over with and everybody is gotten, when they sitting in jail for the rest of their life, it's really gonna hit them then, because they're gonna realize that they weren't really loved. Because see, people fool with you long enough to make sure you don't put their name in nothing.
That's right.
After you've been convicted and you put away for a couple years, they start to fade away from you. They forget about you. I'm telling
Within
you.
the first 30 days. They forget
They
you.
absolutely forget about you. He ain't gonna have no love, because see, a lot of them little dudes around him now, they only hanging around him because he the one that's making the money. They just trying to get the crumbs. He ain't got nothing else to offer them. They ain't gonna have nothing for him.
That's true. That's true. And that's true. All righty, ma'am.
All right. I appreciate you coming up.
Okay, girl, let me let somebody else.
Is this your first time up?
No, second.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you came up.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm going down.
Okay. That was Miss Jacqueline, you guys. It was nice having her up. Elijah said prison is waiting. Absolutely. Prison ain't going nowhere. It'll be good and ready when all of them be there for good. It's one thing when you're going in and out of there for little petty stuff, like car thefts and stuff like that. It's another thing when you in there for the long road. It's gonna hit them. Straight drops eyes. His I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm ready to show y'all something. Look at straight drop right here. Okay. Look at his eyebrows and stuff right here. He knew he was going home at some point on that one. His facial expressions and stuff is a little different. I guess that's Twitter. Oh Lord have mercy. I don't know who page this is. I look at what they got up there. I told your dumb ass not to wear that Bass Pro hat. He said that's Cornelius looking at straight drop saying that. But look at his eyebrows. His eyebrows have not relaxed since. Cornelius slick enough to think he gonna get out of it. Cornelius is the slick one. I'm telling y'all, that's the slick one. I done told y'all. But Cornelius ain't dumb though. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. He ain't dumb. But if you look at a lot of except for this one, Cornelius just always looks fly. He on right here, you see how y'all see this? Oh Lord, that's somebody video. He knows that it's the end for him. Yeah, you become an afterthought. It's sad. You know, there's nothing good about any of this. And I'm serious. Like, people want to say, you know, I know they try to say all the time I take sides. I don't really mind them saying that because I don't hide it. I take the side of what's right. There's no negotiations when it comes to right. A life was lost. I wouldn't give a damn what nobody felt. If they feel like I'm leaning more towards pre, then I want them to feel that way because that's exactly what it is. Okay. I lean on the side of what's right. Young Dolph lost his life, and there is nothing that could ever be right about that. Joy Loves God says cornbread is slick. He's one of those that will steal your drawers off you while you still wearing them. But you know, a lot of people that's been around straight drop, I mean, they kind of feel like he ain't got no soul. Elijah says, yeah, they know news to jail. Yeah, they know news to in jail words out. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You know, hey, there's a price to pay for everything. And Tim is about the facts, not partial facts, but the whole truth. Absolutely Democrat. And I'm not gonna sit on here and sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna embellish. Okay. Oftentimes the truth is boring. You know, people don't like boring. They want you to embellish. They want you to tell them lies. I can't do that. I don't have enough time on my hand to sit up and make up lies. But I think that is sad. I do. This is it's like I said, it's nothing good about it, you know? There's nothing good about it, you know? I just don't understand the logic of a lot of these young men. But they definitely got to be prayed for. They got to be prayed for because it is off of the chain in the Memphis area. It is. It's off of the chain. You know. Y'all, if y'all haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. But as far as Young Dolph, I never worry about that situation because Young Dolph is going to get justice. He already getting it. He is already getting it. God been had that when the earth shook. And God was not pleased at all. Hold on, I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all this before we get off. I think I've shown it before, but I be wanting for y'all to remember. This lady said it all.
Our preliminary investigation reveals the victim is Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. This shooting is another example of the senseless gun violence that we have seen far too often locally and nationwide. Too many families, too many mothers, too many fathers have suffered in our city, and quite frankly, I think we are all tired of it. Our hearts go out to the Thornton family and all who are affected by this horrific act of violence. Tonight, we strongly encourage everyone to stay home if you do not have to be out. We also strongly encourage everyone to remain calm as we actively perform our investigation. The Memphis Police Department is providing an increased presence in areas of the city that might be directly impacted by this unfortunate incident. We are committed to working with the community to stop these senseless murders. We're also dedicated to bringing those responsible for today's shooting and others to justice. We encourage anyone who has any information about this incident to call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-2274. Let me say that again, 901-528-2274. And now I'll take a few questions.
Should there be a curfew put in place? We had at least one city council member and one state representative call for a curfew, fearing that there could be retaliation. Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, we're taking all of these requests into consideration, and we're continuing to communicate with our city officials and evaluate the situation so that we can make the best decision. And it doesn't mean that we won't have a curfew at some point in time, but right now we think that the deployment of our officers in the specific areas that are impacted the most will be enough presence for tonight. And as I said before, we are encouraging everyone to stay in if they don't have to be out.
Have you had any incidents or shootings that you might think are related to what happened today with the young girl?
Well, we have investigations that are going on right now, and the Memphis Police Department, along with our federal partners, will look at every investigation and every.
Okay, she was letting y'all know. For those of you all that was saying that Memphis didn't do, and I'm not proud of that, but y'all hear what she's saying. The news reporters was asking her about the shootings that was going on, and she said we got other investigations because there was killings that was going on. It was like a World War III that was really going on. And you heard her say, if you don't have to go out, don't go out, stay in, because it was so many shootings that was going on. If you don't live in Memphis, you wouldn't know that though. But I think a lot of people, act like they did, and they kind of said what did and didn't happen, and they don't live anywhere near Memphis. Here's something else that I wanted to show. They and it's what's so weird is they asked about their restaurant, and she did all she could to let me see.
Important clues in solving a mystery in Memphis. Who shot and killed young Dolph in his own hometown? This grainy photo released.
Y'all, that's straight drop. That ain't nobody but, look at that video. That ain't nobody but straight drop.
By police shows a person in gray pants and a dark hood.
And that looked like Cornelius to me. Oh yeah, I wanted to show something else. Y'all see how they was hold. Let me pause it. Now that was his interview that Monday. As I said, a credible source had told me that they was trying to line him up that Monday. They had their eyes on him that exact same day. He stood there on the news. This was all over the news, and he gave their itinerary. Y'all, they said that was they said that was his last known interview. That was all over the news that Monday. You know, when folks was lying, talking about he was kidnapped that Monday. They brought their ass in here. I can't even remember who it was in my chat. I said, well, yeah, I let him got it all out. I said, oh, okay, so you say he was kidnapped that Monday. I waited till he finished with that lie. And then I said, well, you know, he was all over the news that Monday because he was at the cancer center. He changed it. The person changed it in their chat. In my chat. That's the lie that they had put out, you know, that he was kidnapped. But that was all over the news media. I'm sure it made his haters even more jealous. But a credible source told me that they wanted to try to get him that Monday. He had too many people around him. He was at the cancer center that Monday. And you know, that's a sad thing that he's doing a good deed all while these folks lining him up to try to take him out because of his greatness. And now they're mad because, you know, they know that there's a price to pay for what they did. It's just a price to pay for it because there was no need to kill that boy. It's just a damn shame before God. You motherfuckers ain't never did a goddamn thing for Memphis but hijack it and bring strife back. Even though a lot of what they got is off the backs of the Memphians because we the ones support a lot of these artists before anybody outside of Memphis. Norman, them bitches gonna do that. And now they got the nerve to try to be ducking and dodging when it don't make no damn sense because, I mean, everything that the police need and the FBI need, they got. So they want people to be divided. It ain't, you don't divide up when it comes to right and wrong. What they did was not right. Okay? What they did was not right. It ain't nothing right about taking human life. You could be sad and you could look pitiful all day, but it's a price to pay. And I can't understand how some of these people could get their maggot asses on YouTube and try to line up the witnesses and try to change the narrative. Damn all of them. It's a price for them to pay too, because God gonna deal with them. People doing any damn thing for some money. It ain't no stopping point. Anything for a damn dime. It's sad. It's a shame before God. It's a shame before God. Y'all put them dolphins in the chat. Hold on. Y'all know I have to, for some reason, I'm gonna have to take it out later on, but I gotta before we get out of here, y'all know I gotta play my favorite song that he got, and this is my favorite. Hold on, I do not own the rights to this song. This is for entertainment purposes only. If that makes any sense, if I'm doing it right. Wow, that song right there. That song is motivation to me. I love it when he says self-made millionaire. Oh, what a feeling. Self-made millionaire. They couldn't stand it. Gassed up some dudes. They was jealous of what he was doing for Key Glock and them. And they took him out. Number one, because they was paid to do it. Instigated, jealousy. Still trying to destroy the legacy that he has left behind. And that's why I know God is stepping in and God works through the FBI and the DEA and the ATF and the Memphis homicide investigators. God works through them to bring justice. Because a lot of people feel like because they haven't gotten picked up that they ain't going to be picked up. And when they get their asses get picked up, they're not going back home no more. So they may as well leave their artists alone. All these damn crackheads that they have paid on YouTube to try and change the narrative, you might as well keep your motherfucking money. It ain't going to change shit. What they need to be doing is trying to repent. It ain't going to stop what they got coming because Dolph can't get up out their grave. It ain't going to stop that. But at least the rest of the little life that they got, they could repent and ask God because it's a higher authority that they got the answer to. And it ain't no damn man. It ain't no flesh and blood on this earth. Okay. And if they that demonic that they can look at this video and say, I bet he can't make another video that's 100 shots, you a bitch nigga, and you ain't got no place on this earth, you really is better off at the graveyard. Because you ain't human, you ain't got no human feelings. And some of them such cowards, they would rather be at the graveyard than to go do all that time for the rest of their life. But that's the price you pay when you go too far. And they went too far. I hope you're wrong too, Andre. Key Glock always seen that whatever he perform at. Yeah. And the truth of the matter is, they still missed him. He's still bulletproof. You know why? Because even though they took him out of here in the physical, they can't touch his spirit. All he did was just, he transitioned. And he's even more powerful on the other side because he got God walking with him. They can't touch that. And so I truly believe in the spiritual because the earth shook. God was not pleased with that. Dolph stepping in the spiritual and he at the right hand of God. It ain't no way that they could ever escape that karma. It's coming. It's already for an appointed time and they know it. And ain't a damn vlog on here got nothing to do with it. It's got everything to do with the expertise, okay, of the investigators. And I'm going to tell you something, and I probably shouldn't say that. I was looking at that video of that white guy that was sitting out there in front of that shop that was on that that I was just playing on that was on the news. And I promise you, the first thing that came into my mind was that ain't nothing but an undercover agent. But I bet you he got so much damn information sitting out there blasting that music, acting as just some regular white boy. He didn't even. Hey, they do what they have to do. But in that's the first thing my antenna went up. I said that's an undercover agent. But I bet you he got what he needed. Okay. They've been lining these Negroes up. You can't just take somebody out and think it's not going to come back to haunt you. Man, they shouldn't even be worried about the FBI and the DEA. They need to be worried about the real hitter. And that's God. That's God. Because God is on his get back on this one. And it ain't nothing that they could do about it. It ain't a damn thing that could be done about it. They was wrong. They was dead wrong. Whatever they thought that they was going to amass in 5 years, a lot of these niggas that we ain't gonna even remember because whatever they thought they built, it's gonna be defunct. So it was all for nothing. You take a man away from his children because of your emotions, you ain't shit. And because you ain't shit, you don't deserve nothing. Okay. Scooter says, I pray that every single soul involved is picked up and locked up. I honestly won't believe it until they lock up the really big ones at the head of the beast. And that is the root of the tree. I don't know if the very top person that I do believe that is involved is going to get got. But I do know some of them ones up under him is. God says when I get them back, and if God don't get that one back that we talking about, whoever is at the head of this back that really led this, he gonna get them back another way. God says when I get them back for what they did, you're gonna see me get them back. And I know they be on my lives and stuff. I don't really care. Maybe they'll grab some of this humanity that I put into the atmosphere. Okay? Because that's what it is. It's humanity. Anytime you could kill somebody and take them away from their family and laugh about it and not give a damn, you are barbaric. You don't have a place on this earth. You either need to be in a damn cage or in a damn casket. Because we are human beings that love. Okay? We care about other people's lives. You ain't got no place amongst us. What they did to him was wrong. And I just don't straddle the fence on stuff like that. I'm sorry for some of those people that might love, that think that I go hard on certain labels and stuff. I'm sorry. I just don't straddle the fence when it comes to what's right, especially when lives are involved. We got to stop doing this to our community and hold people responsible for when they do heinous crimes like this. I just don't play like that. I'm not hypocritical. We start holding these niggas' ass to the fire and stop supporting them. They will be more responsible about what they do. Okay. Letitia, you know what to say. You know exactly what to say. I knew that it was an artist that helped with the money, but it just wasn't pointed at anyone. The domino pyramid has begun. Falling down. Long live Dolph. It boggles me that no one in their circle will have a mustard seed of scruples and tell on the bag drapers, no matter how high they think they sit. God gonna get them. See, people don't, they don't, when you tell people God gonna get you, they laugh at you. These people are so pathetic. Now they'll say they believe in God, but when you start saying, it's in the hands of the Lord, God gonna get them, they'll laugh. They think you crazy because they really don't believe in God. They think that they are God. And that's the truth. That's how sick people are now. Until God starts striking them with all kinds of infirmities in their bodies and things of that nature. Okay. And then they understand that God is the real hitter for real. These people have gotten so sick, a lot of them with money, when they are hit with infirmities in their bodies, when they have heart issues and kidney issues and things of that nature, they've started killing people to get their organs. And my prayer is these people that's taking out these folks to get their organs, because it's happening every single day. I pray that God give them a goddamn heart attack on the damn table. Okay, each and every time they do it, because organ harvesting and things of that nature is for real. I pray that they die on the table and God give the damn surgeon a stroke. It's some people too damn evil. Talia. Okay. And with me putting this into the atmosphere, that's different than being mad at somebody about jealousy. You got folks that wish death on somebody because they jealous of them. They want to be the only ones talking about a damn case, not them. That stuff is already reversed and sent back on them. That's already working in the atmosphere. I'm talking about people that are killing people and doing evil things. Okay? People are so heinous. They're so sick, it's ridiculous. All right, you guys, we've been on here 3 hours. Believe it or not, I ain't even sleepy. Like, I got this. I don't know what it is about washing, but I buy a lot of washing powder and a lot of smell good stuff to put into my machine. I promise y'all. But I've always had this thing about I could never go to sleep with clothes in my basket. Even if it's just a few, I cannot have dirty towels and stuff in no dirty clothes hamper. So I'll wash all night. I think it's just my nerves. And I like washing too, though. But I buy a lot of different cleaning supplies. And I got so much that it's ridiculous. I like to buy lemon. I like for my house to smell like lemons and pineapples and stuff like that. So I bought a lot of new cleaning supplies. So I'm gonna go in here and light candles and stuff while I wash clothes, because I cannot go to bed with dirty clothes in the hamper. That's just a phobia of mine, I think. So stay on one more. Antonio says stay on. Antonio, are you the one that drive trucks? I think Antonio be driving trucks. He'll keep us on here all night if he could. Joy Loves God says one of our childhood friends was backstabbers all his life and always seemed to get away with it. One day he was drunk and drove under an 18-wheeler and was decapacitated. God says when I get him back, and I hate that, but you have to reap what you sow. You cannot continuously do people wrong and line them up and think you're going to get away with it. You don't know the ranking on a person's life. I see how people go. People are so evil. They get so desperate. They go and start going to voodoo witches and doctors and start trying to come against people's health because they feel like that person is their competition. I'm serious. And when they start dealing and summoning those spirits down there at the grave, and that person has prayer wrapped around them, all they did was went and woke that shit up for it to be reversed back up on them. They went and caused their own death because that stuff has already been reversed. They go and consulting with the dead, all because they feel like I want to take this person out of here because I'm jealous of them. That's my competition. These folks is sick for real. It's some real evil, sick folks, and then they be using God the whole way. And you have a lot of people that sit up and talk about, I believe in God, and they go right along with that shit. I don't want now witch around me. If God can't do it, I don't want it. But I always say you got to be careful about what you pray for, because that word is like a double-edged sword, especially if the person ain't evil. You just jealous of them. A lot of people plot and plan their very own death because the grave that you call yourself digging for somebody is always your own. It's always your very own. A lot of people don't know that. They'll go, well, when you dig one grave, you better dig two. No, that one grave that you just dug, nigga, that's yours. You thought it was mine. It's yours. Because I got the spirit of God. They couldn't hold God down. Okay? And they can't hold me down. That grave you dug was your very own. So a lot of times you have to let people go ahead and keep conjuring up their evil because they're plotting and planning and writing out their own obituary. Just keep watching. He says, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. Okay? Always remember that. And I love it when he says, I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. See, that word is true. Okay? Because when he says, when I get them back, you will see me get them back. That's why he prepared a table for you in the presence of your enemy so that you can witness him get them back. He gives you a seat at the front of the damn table. Okay? That's how good God is. He allow you to witness the takedown. So you don't have to worry about people. Because when they sitting up conjuring up evil spirits and consulting with the dead and that evilness, because I could tell an evil person. I don't be wanting nothing to do with them. Okay? Just keep watching. They writing their own obituary. Because you have praying warriors around you. Every time I get off, before I get on here, I pray. When I get on here, I pray over everybody that's on here. I pray again, and before I get off of here, I pray because I understand the evil entities that watch in here. And then when I get off of here, the first thing I do before I do anything is fall to my knees and pray. Okay? All right? And if I know demonic spirits are too heavy, I can always tell when it's a lot of heavy demonic eyes that's in the bushes in here. I can always feel it because of that evilness that they start preying on you. Okay, that's why you have to be in tune spiritually. I got a bunch of praying mothers that have a 24-hour prayer line. I'll jump on it in a heartbeat and they be waiting to pray and send every curse back to the sender. They gonna mess around. They really writing their own obituary for real. Sometimes you can mess with the wrong people. Okay. Paper burns, money depreciates, cars lose values, diamonds won't protect your soul. Absolutely. Yes, God says his word will not return void. If God says it, it shall come to pass. That's right. He says, my word shall not return void. It has to go and prosper. Okay. See, a lot of people think that they could do evil. You got churches that teach you that you could do anything you want to do as long as you ask God to forgive you. A lot of these churches getting these folks lined up because the Bible says you have to reap what you sow. Yeah, he'll give you grace if you truly change your heart, but you're gonna reap. You can't do people wrong. You can't just do what you want to do to people and then say I'm sorry. That's why when people cross me, I know I have an unforgiving heart, but that's because I'm a very loyal person. I'm a rider for real. I don't be bragging, but if I'm your friend, you got a good one on your team because I'm a rider. Okay? You can't control me though. I don't let people control me. But I ride with people that I know gonna have my back. Okay? I'll do anything for them, especially when I know they got my back. And we going to war together. And I'm very protective and territorial of the people in my inner circle. That's just how I am. I'm a lioness for real. So that's why my circle is very small, because I'm a go-getter. And I've always had to be very careful because people seem okay, but they'll try to line you up. They get jealous of you having that go-get-it spirit. I know exactly what I want in life, and so I work to get it. You don't necessarily hear me talk about it until after I get it. I never told people. I might have mentioned it one time, and then when they saw me again, I had it. Okay? But people don't understand that they got that same thing on the inside of them. Instead, they rather be jealous of somebody else. That's the reason why they took Dolph out of here. Some of these people that took Dolph out already had it. They just didn't want to see him with it. That's another thing some people have. They have more than you. They just don't want to see you with the crumbs. They gonna surpass me. It ain't gonna hurt what they got going on a bit. They just don't want to see you surpass them. But you can't stop what God has already predestined. If it's already preordained, you just writing your own damn obituary trying to stop it, because you can't stop God's plan. And that's what's wrong with a lot of these niggas. They think that they can stop God's plan, and they can't. That's the reason why they're depressed and miserable. Anytime you get on the internet to try and cause other people strife. You a sick mother sucker. That's what you are. It don't take nothing to mind your own damn business, do your thing, go on with your life. You'll be happier. But some people are just infested with evil. They want to make any and everybody else miserable. Hell, I have people, when I have jobs, I have people that I know got money that'll pay whatever I ask them for, but I already know they're going to be such a problem. I can tell by their attitude that I'll send them on to another investigator because I ain't going to work with them for their damn money. Money ain't everything to me. I'm not going to work with them. I'll tell them in a minute, you know what? I think this investigator would be a better fit for you because I'm kind of booked. I already know. I'll pay you what you want. I know you will. You're going to get your ass out of here, though, because you're not going to give me a nervous breakdown just for some damn money. A lot of people don't know how to do that because they'll do anything for some money. Okay? They do anything for some money. Look at how they pay these folks to troll. They got to be, they making about $10 per channel that they troll on, more than likely, or less. And they'll go and troll and try and sabotage somebody else's vlog, thinking that they're gonna make their lives. It'd be a lot of these foreigners that's gonna make us investigate their ass and their families and get them kicked out of this goddamn country. Okay. If you don't believe me, you better ask my daughter's ex-boyfriend, because I lined his damn folks up and they asses moved. I don't know where they at. He don't deal with my daughter no more, so I ain't got no reason to try to find him. My friends rolled, they worked deep over there at ICE. Okay. He knew they was going back to Africa. I'm gonna marry your daughter. I said, well, I tell you what, you marry her, but your family ain't gonna make it. Y'all ain't gonna have nobody at the wedding because they ain't coming, and your family ain't coming because they're gonna be on the first thing smoking back to Africa. Okay. He took his family and he told me, take your little daughter and keep her away from me. I said, thank you, God, because he said, you crazy. You stay away from you go back on home to your mama. I said, God is good. Okay. Antonio says they think they have time because God is patient, but right on time. Absolutely. DeMarco says we need money, but it isn't everything. That's right, T. As you should have. They had you all messed up. You had to show them the way. Okay. Oh, y'all, it is 2:00 in the morning, and we still, and I promise y'all, I have not even had no coffee. I ain't even had no coffee. And you know, I'm still thinking about that damn boy that called himself was gonna threaten me. He was an African, threatened me to marry my damn daughter. I marry her, you won't have no say. Oh, I was mad as hell. All I did was send her away to college, and I kept telling her, I said, Menudo, that man is in his damn 30s. Because when they come over here, they tell lies about their age. Mama, he lied me. Just crazy as a road lizard. I don't know what he did to y'all. It was her first boyfriend, but I was just meant I was gonna fight to get my damn child back. I said, Menudo, he want to marry you. I call him Menudo. That's her nickname. I said, he's wanting to marry you probably so he could be legal. I couldn't tell her shit in this country. Joy Loves God says Pre did not backdoor Dolph. They loved him. Absolutely. Who said that Pre backdoor Dolph? I know the Democrat says you don't want to. I know, and I haven't. I ain't had no coffee. That's why I said I'm wide awake. Like, I'm getting ready to get up and do some more stuff. I told y'all I can't go to bed with dirty clothes, and I got some dirty towels in my dirty clothes hamper. I think that's my grandmother got me like that. You don't leave dirty clothes in the hamper. It ain't but a few, but I got to wash them. Sam, you know what? It's 3:13. It's 2:14. It's 2:14 here. Oh, okay. Y'all says 3:13. It's saying it's 2:14. I guess we an hour and a minute behind. Am I still on those cases? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Right now, I'm working one of my cases. I was doing for this real estate company. I will send in I'll close out tomorrow. Then I have one other case. I really ain't trying to take no more cases for a minute. I work myself too hard over the summertime. And I do that because I definitely don't like to take no cases over the wintertime. Yeah, I don't like to take no cases over the wintertime. Because it be too cold. I don't be wanting to sit out in no cars and do no surveillance and watch no damn body. Okay. But the good thing about it is, I guess the blessing is that I was finally able to start getting federal contracts with the federal government, doing investigative work for federal prosecutors. And I always hate to turn down work, because if I say, well, I don't want to take that case, they'll move on to, they'll just go to another investigative company and get them to do it. I'm scared that they're going to go to another investigative company and use them more, because they use me a lot. So that's the only down thing about that, is that I don't turn, when they call me, I don't turn down any work. But I do not like working in the wintertime. January and February, I absolutely, because it be snowstorms and stuff, I absolutely do not take any cases. Especially in February, I am not getting out in ice storms. February, I always take the whole month off, period. And around March, I'll start taking cases again. Because around that time, that's income tax time, child. The girls been and got their income tax, and the dudes like to play with them and act like they want to be a family. When she got her income tax, by March, her income tax is gone, and he go on back home to his wife or his girlfriend, and then they start ringing my damn phone off of the hook like they don't know where he went to. I want to know where he went. He just disappeared. So, I get those type of cases, but they pay me off the chain. So I give them what they need, but they already know where they be at. They go back home. Lady, you knew he was married anyways. Stop giving it. And let me just say this. And I know that the ladies on here don't do it, but if a man has not been around you all year long, and all of a sudden around the end of November, he start calling you, talking about he miss you, your damn antennas ought to go up. First of all, he want a damn Christmas gift, okay? He want a big Christmas gift. So he start calling you around November, at the end of November at that, because he got to be at home with his family for Thanksgiving. So at the end of November, he start missing you so that he can get his Christmas gift. He gonna hang around for Christmas. You ain't gonna see him on Christmas Day. You'll see him the day after Christmas, probably. Okay, because he gonna lie like my grandmama came in from out of town, blah, 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 but he was at home with his family. And then he gonna hang around because he know you're gonna start getting your income tax around January and February, and then he gonna disappear in March, and they gonna be calling wearing the hair off my damn head to find him. Okay, that's how it works. If you ain't seen him all year and he start calling you at the end of this year, tell him go back where he was at, because all he want is your money, your income tax. I can't understand how these women give these men their money. I've always had issues with that. You don't give no damn man your money. I don't mean no harm, because I grew up around men that were soldiers. They took care of their women, even if they, I ain't say they was perfect, but they took care of their women. They had issues. It made them feel less of a man. Okay. For a woman to have to take care of them. I ain't taking care. You think I'm gonna give you some of, I can't even give you nothing. And you think you ain't gonna take care of me? I don't understand how these women could even get aroused for something like that. You all not even get wet for that. Why I want you and you can't provide and protect me? Yeah, I woke Remy up. Hold on, let me get my pistol, because it sounded like I heard something around that patio. Hold on. I ain't got my gun up here with me. Hold on. Okay, y'all. I just had to go get my peacemaker. I got cameras all around my house. I didn't see nothing, but Remy, I heard something, and then it probably just a squirrel or something. And then Remy, it could have been because I yelled real loud. She opened one eye. I think it was that. She don't like for me to make noise when she sleeps, child. Like she paid bills here. She don't pay nothing. But I normally have my weapon right here next to me so that I can shoot their asses back on up out of here if they ever get bold enough. Okay? If they ever get bold enough to come. They leave it in a meat bag, okay? And that's another thing, ladies. Y'all make sure y'all start going to the range so y'all can start learning how to shoot them guns. Yeah, Remy act like she be paying bills here. She don't like for me to look at her. She mad. She don't like for me to make noise when she's sleepy. Child. Stretch them out. They leaving in a meat bag. I'm serious. I'm not gonna be in my house and let somebody violate me. It's one or two things gonna happen. I'm gonna go or they gonna go. But I'm gonna put up a fight. Whatever they coming for, it ain't gonna be worth it. Because it ain't gonna be no sexual assaults going on, and I'm conscious. They ain't gonna even want it when I finish fighting. Okay. I'm just letting them know that now. It ain't gonna be no okay, I do whatever you say do. Just don't. I'm not gonna be a victim in my own damn house. They got me fucked up. Excuse my French. And I get mad because I don't like it when people think that they can make women victims. That's one of my damn pet peeves. Okay. He said ever. I've worked with battered women and women that have been victims and assaulted by men for many years. I'm telling you, that's one of my triggers. I can't stand an old abusive man want to kill a woman and one in the house, one in the car. Deborah says one in the house, one in the car. I'm telling you. Go ahead and take them out. And you're going to need more than a few bullets because they such junkies. They be on these drugs. You can't, you fill them up. They getting back up. Nigga, I done shot you in your chest 6-7 times. He's still getting up. Talking about give me what you got. Pow, pow, pow. I mean, you done shot him all through the heart and everything. Those drugs, they just don't die easy. They steady getting up. You done unloaded on them. Hell, you have to have two, because you have to start. Okay, I done already unloaded on him. He's still getting up. So now I got to start using my other gun because he's so full of drugs. You have to use two guns to unload on these niggas because they junkies. Whatever they own, they junkies. They don't die. Okay? They don't die. You done shot them all through the head and everything, they popping up. So you gotta have two. It's a damn shame. Okay? So you got to keep two good ones on you. And it can't be no 22 or nothing, because with the drugs that they on, a 22 ain't going to do a damn thing to them but make them mad. You got to have something with some power. As a matter of fact, I recommend a shotgun. That's the weapon of choice anyways. Because even, I mean, you might have to unload on them with it. But it's going to tear some stuff apart. But they so snakish. You done shot my finger off. They trying to pick their finger up and put it back on their hand. They don't even feel it. They so cracked out. Democrats said try an elephant gun. Y'all crazy. He said only 22 hollow point. These folks stone crazy, and I'm serious. They are. They really are. They stone crazy. They don't have no feelings. They are very barbaric. They are. They real barbaric. I have a paranoia of people standing behind me, but they taught us in the academy. I always back in everywhere because they trained us they told us that's how we was trained at the academy. And I have a paranoia of people standing behind me. When I'm in line, I would turn sideways. I do not let people stand behind me. When I walk into a room, I got to be up against the wall. I have a paranoia of that. Miss Deborah says she ain't stopping to the clip empty. I'm telling you, Miss Deborah, you have to empty the clip and have the other one ready. Because they be so filled up. They such junkies. They be so full of drugs that, I mean, it takes two. You have to unload on them twice. I'm telling you, you done shot off their arm. They looking for it. I'm telling you. These folks sick. There was this lady. I remember when I worked for the police department, there was this lady. She was a white lady now. If she had been a black lady, they probably would have charged her. This man had broken into her house and raped her. And when he finished raping her, she didn't know him. He went and got in his pickup truck and fell asleep. He had raped that lady all night. And she saw him. She called the police. And she saw him in his truck and got her gun out. He fell asleep outside of her house in his pickup truck. A damn crackhead. But this was a white lady. And she shot 3 holes in his back. It didn't kill his ass, but he paralyzed for life. Now, if there had been a black woman, I don't mean no harm. She did him just right. I wish she had killed him. But if it had been a black woman, because they probably would have put her in jail, because they would have said, well, he was no longer a threat to you. You know how they try to find a way to put Black people in jail oftentimes, not the ones that should go, because a lot of these niggas asses need to be in jail for what they do. I'm telling you, forget the warning shot. Unload on them. You said 2 clips minimum legally, of course. Absolutely legally. And if they are a threat to your person, not somebody that has said something to you to make you mad. Let me clear that up. Not you can't shoot somebody just because they piss you off and make you mad because they say something to you. I'm talking about a person that is a threat, an immediate threat to your person. Somebody break up into your house. Even if you ain't seen no gun, hell, to me that's a threat to my person. You ain't got no business breaking up in my house. So I got to go on here and handle you. I don't know what you're gonna do. They look at you like you're not standing there looking right through you. Right. Democracy says we need more people like Tam running the government. Warning shots. Warning shot is me tripping on a rug. To get closer. Child, these folks is crazy. I'm telling you, they are. And these drugs, I'm telling you, these drugs got them barbaric. They don't sleep. They look like Chucky. You know, they just, and they act like him too. All right, y'all. We've been on here 3 hours. I'm not sleeping, but I'm getting ready to wash, clean up my restroom. It ain't dirty, but I got some new cleaning stuff. I'm not even sleeping. I don't know why. Like, I'm trying to think, I don't even have to really go to the office. I've set up an office in my house. So I still got my office so I can meet my clients there and I can go over there and do my TV show and stuff. But I've set up an office in my house. So I just do a lot of my stuff in my house, my editing equipment and stuff. I put on one of my computers in my office. At my laptop, I do a lot of work on my laptop. A lot of my editing equipment is on that. I had to go out and shoot some commercials earlier this week for one of the city offices for the city of Memphis, but they always hire me to do their commercials. I had to go shoot a commercial for the fire department the other day too. I got to edit, but I'm not going to edit tonight because I'll be too tired. I'll start on there freshly tomorrow when I have a lot of energy, when my juices are flowing through my head. And I'm going to sit at home and do my show for Saturday. I'm going to do a pre-recorded show, but I'm going to sit at home and do it. I meet my clients over there. I have meetings over there, and plus, you know, my nonprofit organization, because see, I put a lot of time in my dad's nonprofit organization. And what I did was I put my nonprofit organization to the side so that I could help my dad with the organization and the museum and things of that nature. And now that is moving along really, really good, I want to start implementing. I want to, really start getting into what I started with my nonprofit organization. And I'm gonna need some good women to help me, because my thing is I love to counsel and mentor teenagers, especially young ladies, and it would be geared at helping young women that have been victims of human trafficking and helping them to get their lives and stuff right, getting them into programs and things of that nature. And so that's something that I'm really just ready to get into. That's why I do keep my office, because a lot of the programs and the classes and stuff, as it relates to them, you know, because my dad's nonprofit kind of focuses on GEDs and the educational part of it, which is a good thing. What I want to do is focus on helping them after they are rescued with he says President-elect Tam. But that's really just my passion. That's the reason why, you know, I actually do have a passion for children and young adults. When they're in their early 20s, they still stupid. You know, they're very easily influenced still. They're really kids to me. You know, great content. You keep it real. Thank you, Remnant T. Hoskins. Remnant T. Hoskins. He said, Chucky, I'm telling you, some people act just like Chucky. And we see how bad human trafficking is. I kind of be looking at different sites and stuff. I kind of check that out because I have had families to hire me to find out what happened to their children and stuff. And I have to work with a team of investigators that specialize in different stuff because we all kind of specialize in different things. Okay, we do it all, but we specialize in different things. Like as far as like infidelities, and that's like one of my specialties. Just basically, they'll send all of that work to me, oftentimes, because that's kind of I do a lot of work with that. As far as interrogations, they like to send that work to me because I know how to get people to confess for some reason. I just or give me information. They want to do it. I don't trick them out of it. I just make them they feel comfortable to talk to me. You know, so a lot of times that's why I get a lot of work from like the prosecutors downtown and the federal prosecutors. But again, and I say again, I am not working on the Young Dolph case. There's no way in the world that I could ever work on the Young Dolph case and vlog on it. They would not allow me to do that. That's a conflict of interest. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm finna go on and get off here so I can go on and do what I was gonna do. I enjoyed y'all tonight. I almost kind of hate to get off. I cannot believe I am so wired up tonight, and I am definitely wired up. And I normally be drinking coffee around this time of night, but I ain't even had no coffee. And I'm wired up because I'm getting ready to get up and wash. And then I bought some, oh my God, y'all, I love candles. Let me just say this, like I love candles. I normally buy like sugared lemon candles. If you ever walk into my house, it's gonna always smell like lemons, mainly lemons, or some type of fruit. Like watermelon, I always buy those types of candles and spray, right? Mainly lemon. I love the smell of lemons. And those sour apple candles. They smell really good. Okay. But I found some linen candles. And I was like, I'm gonna just buy these to put into my restrooms. And I promise you, I put them into my restrooms, all three of them, and it had my whole house. Like you could smell it through the whole house. I was like, I got another smell. And I did not think that I would like, I just happened to pick them up and buy them. I didn't buy but a few of them. I mean, they smell so good. And they're Renews It candles. It has the whole house smelling so freaking good. And I'm a candle freak too. Let me just say that. I'm a candle fanatic. I'll go, and I was in Big Lots is my favorite store. I don't know why, but I love going in Big Lots. I just want to go and get all of my cleaning supplies, all my tissue, paper, just everything, right? And I went into Big Lots the other day, and they had those sour apple candles, and they smell so good. Okay. It's the candied sour apple candles. It smells like sour apple and sugar at the same sweet apples at the same time. Oh my God, they smell so good. And they were like $5 per candle. I bought so many of those candles. I bought them all off the shelf because I like for my house to smell good. But mostly lemon. I would buy a store out that has lemon candles that have that strong smell of lemon, because that's my favorite scent for my house. Lemons. Sweet lemons. All right, you guys. I've been on here. I like roses and big lots. You know what? I haven't been into roses in a long time. I like to go into big lots, but I'm gonna tell you something. I love to go into Marshall's and to TJ Maxx and buy all of my body wash. They have really good body wash, and I like to go into Ross's to buy my shampoo. They have that shampoo that my mama used to use in my hair, like the real mane and tail and stuff. They have the shampoo that we used growing up that really grew your hair. So I go in there and stock up on the shampoo and stuff. And I always buy like the body washes and stuff out of either Marshall's or out of TJ Maxx. I love the different scents. I got so much body wash that I can't even put no more in my cabinet or on my shelf. I bought some raspberry exfoliating sugar cubes. And I promise you, it makes your skin and stuff so soft. You know, you rub them on you while you're in the tub. I love spa stuff. Smell good spa. I bought some lavender bath salt, and it is just, it smells so good, and it relaxes you in the tub. It has the whole restroom smelling good. I love stuff like that. That's shoes and stuff like that is what relaxes me, because I work a whole lot too. I worked myself so hard this summer that I almost worked myself into a depression. And I'm serious, because I was taking too much work. So I'm happy I'm on the downside of that, you know. I really am. I really hope that I don't get any calls for any cases. Any new cases rather. Yeah, I like Ross too. I like Ross's too. Ross's had really cute sundresses. Yep. But y'all, like those oils and stuff, like I use a lot of vitamin E, vitamin C. I get all of that out of it's really good for your skin and stuff. And not only that, once you put it on your skin, like on your face and stuff, it kind of gets into your bloodstream. It helps you, you know. But I love like vitamin E's and vitamin E oil I get from out of TJ Maxx, vitamin C's. Vitamin C oil and vitamin D I get from out of TJ Maxx or Marshall's. It's really good for your skin as far as your face. I was at home today. I did some Christmas shopping online. One of the stores that I always shop at had a sale. I was like, well, hell, I may as well just go ahead and just buy some gifts, you know, while they're on sale. Because it was a really good sale. So I got a lot of my Christmas shopping out of the way today. And for my girls, my girls are something else. I'm gonna tell y'all what my girls like. They really just, because they always just get themselves whatever they want. They're very independent and they do extremely well for themselves. But it's something, for some reason, they always want for me to buy them for Christmas the Victoria's Secrets pink. Y'all know the tights and the shirts. I'm like, dog, one pair of tights at Victoria's Secrets for that pink stuff. A pair of tights is like $45. I said, y'all little chicks think y'all slick. They wait for me to buy the real expensive stuff. But I always get it for them though, because that's all they ever want. So I've been waiting for Victoria's Secret. I actually ordered them something today. But they start putting out newer stuff during the Christmas time, and then I get them some more outfits, some more pink outfits in different colors. And that's all they ever ask me for. They don't ask for no money. They don't ask for nothing because, I mean, they buy themselves what they want, but they don't buy that expensive Victoria's Secret's pink stuff. They make me buy it for Christmas. And I don't know what I'm going to get my mama. Probably, she always liked purses. Probably a purse. I got a purse last year. I don't know what I'm going to get her this year. I got to call the seniors home and see if they have a Christmas list. I always give like goodie bags to some of the seniors homes around the Memphis area. The last year I gave goodie bags like socks and blankets. All the seniors at the seniors homes, they be so excited when you come in there with them gifts. Oftentimes their children have forgot that they at the seniors homes and stuff. And they be so excited. They don't care what you got in there because all I have socks, blanket, and gowns and underwear. And they be so excited, to get a gift for Christmas. If y'all got family that's at a senior's home, y'all make sure y'all go and see them, especially around the holidays, because they be a lot of those seniors, their kids put them in those homes and forget about them. They don't even go see them for the holidays. They be so depressed. A lot of them look at my TV show, so they be excited because I do gospel videos and stuff, and I do interview a lot of the gospel artists on the weekend, so they be excited for me to come to see them. I'm gonna probably choose a senior's home in the Mississippi area this year too. I'll do one in Memphis, one in Mississippi, around where I live at. In the city I live in Mississippi. Very independent. That's awesome. All right. Yes, I'm so happy that they are independent. I am. They are. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. My babies get me good gifts. Last year, my baby girl, she kept asking me, Mom, what you want for Christmas? I said, I don't know. I like to be surprised. And she was like, well, what you want? I was like, I don't know. Whatever you get me, just whatever. She was like, do you want equipment for your studio? Like, do you want a video camera? What do you want? I was like, well, no, I don't want no video camera. I don't think I got enough cameras. And so I never did tell her what I wanted. Thank you, Antonio. And so when Christmas came, she was like, Mama, this is how she talked. Mom, I didn't get you no gift. Check your cash app. Y'all, I was almost in tears because I'd be so proud of my babies. Y'all know how much money my baby cash app me for Christmas? $800. She's like, you didn't tell me what you wanted, so I just had to give you some money. That was so sweet of my baby. And that's my baby girl, the shy one, but she is a go-getter also. I don't know what my oldest daughter, I don't even want to talk about her sometimes. I think she got me something. I think she got me some gift cards, child. She got me some gift cards. She a con artist too. Good morning, Tim. Get ready for work. Love your show. Like and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thank you, Christian. Oh, I forgot y'all got to go to work. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Because see, I'm getting ready to watch. I forgot. I don't know why I forget. I'm thinking it's a weekend. I'm going to let y'all get off so y'all can get ready for work in the morning. Because y'all got to get up. I could be in my office at any time because I'm probably just going to work from home. because I ain't got to go out on a case until tomorrow night. Well, Saturday night, actually. All right, you guys. I have really enjoyed. I hate to get off because I am so wired up tonight. But I'm gonna get off so that y'all can get ready for work. I want y'all to I want to pray before y'all get off, of course. I want to pray before y'all get off. Lord, I just thank you for this live. This has been an awesome live tonight where we have fellowshipped all those evil eyes that came in and looked in on us, wishing harm and hate, God. We ask that you reverse it and send it back to the sender. Each and every evil thing that they spewed out towards me or anybody in my chat, we send it back to the sender. They'll see it back in less than 30 days. No weapon formed against any of us shall prosper. Anything that rises up against us will be condemned. Any lying tongue that rises up against us will be condemned. God, I just ask that you touch each and everybody that was on this live. Those that have to go to work in the morning, I ask that you go before them, touch the hearts of their supervisors, touch the hearts of their co-workers, God, and make them behave. I just thank you right now for prosperity. Give them what they need. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. All right, you guys, I'm getting ready to get off here so I can wash. And I want y'all to have a good day. Ask God to each and every one of you that's got to work tomorrow. Ask God to go before you on your jobs or wherever you're getting ready to go. It's so much danger out. I don't know if they've caught the young man yet that has been shooting randomly. So just for those of you all that's around the Memphis area, even if you are not around the Memphis area, I ask God to go before you and protect you and make your highways and your byways safe as you travel to and from work. I ask God to allow you to get back home to your families just as you left, okay? I love you guys. I want you guys to have a good night. Think prosperity tomorrow. Think it and watch and see it on God. Allow it to come to pass. But you got to believe that it's going to happen, okay? I love you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I'm getting ready to wash and clean up and light some candles. I'll talk to you guys later.